And welcome to the Interior Design Center pregame show. Devin Dixon, Rustin Burnside with you here from Desert Hills High School. It's homecoming week as the Thunder take on the Snow Canyon Warriors, who are undefeated, 4-0. Desert Hills, on the other hand, 1-5 coming into this matchup tonight. And this has been a long-standing rivalry since Desert Hills joined the region. But tonight, Snow Canyon comes across town as a little bit of a favorite here on homecoming night. We've got all the action and a final look at all the storylines, brought to you again by Interior Design Center. Check them out on Instagram. See some of their stylish looks, some of their work, some of the things that they can do to make your house a home. Or check out their website, interior-designcenter.com. Rustin, this is going to be fun. These two teams always seem to bring a physical smash mouth, and a lot of years, low-scoring affair when they seem to meet. And Desert Hills has had the all-time edge head-to-head, but it feels like they're underdogs here tonight.
And I'll tell you what, that is an interesting feeling when it comes to being here at Desert Hills High School. It's not often that an opposing team takes the field and you're not the favorite. Desert Hills, I mean, this is a team that is used to winning. It's a winning environment ever since this place became an actual high school. And tonight, they're the underdogs on their home field. They're going to bring the fight. It's homecoming. The fans are here. The atmosphere is absolutely rocking. Of course, as Thunderstruck plays over the loudspeakers, we're in for a really good game. These games are always some of the best that Region 9 has to offer.
Yeah, no question about it. Let's take a look at our Camping World keys to the game. Camping World, your venture starts with a stop in their full retail store for some accessories or a brand new fifth wheel, toy hauler, Class A, Class C motorhome. They have a huge selection. And let's take a look at those keys to the game. Offensively for Snow Canyon, Coach Esplin wants them to be who they are and force Desert Hills to adjust tonight. And they want to utilize Landon Fry and their talented running back, Bretton Stone, who is back tonight with a lot of RPO. How balanced can the offense be tonight, and how prepared will the defense be against Desert Hills? Defensive keys for Snow Canyon. Coach Esplin would love to see a consistent effort tonight. Turnovers, that goes both ways. Get some takeaways. Don't give up the football. And then he wants them to play united tonight on the defensive side of the football.
No, absolutely. And you know what? You mentioned right there reintegrating Bretton Stone into the lineup. We know he's talented. One thing that I'm really looking forward to see how they use Stone as well as some of those backs that stepped up in his absence, like Tyden Morris or Wesley Tanu. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Warriors take all that talent they have and put it on the field all at once.
Let's take a look at the Desert Hills keys to the game. Again, brought to you by Camping World St. George. Let's start with the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, on the offensive side of the ball, first and foremost, you have to be balanced when it comes to not only passing the football but running as well. That is the definition of balance. And we know that Desert Hills has plenty of players who are capable of running the football. Of course, the quarterback himself, Fui, is more than able to do so, but also Connor Ashby, a fantastic running back in that backfield for the Thunder. We want to see a heavy balance of both the passing game and the running game.
All right, defensively?
And defensively, you're definitely going to want to be able to contain. Landon Fry is interesting this year because he's been picked up and he's utilized his legs a lot more than he has in previous years. Of course, you're going to want to recognize what the Warriors are doing at all times and get pressure on Landon Fry.
Yeah, no question about that. 2-minute timeout for our anthem, high school football. When we come back, more of the Interior Design Center pregame show.
There's a rush coming.
Let's rush best 9 plays from last week in Region 9. Number 1 better be good.
One-handed grab, and Luke Wright is going to score a touchdown on one of the better grabs you'll ever see in high school football.
Lawrence, are you going to do anything, or are you just going to sit there?
This is Henry Bouchard, Cape Girardeau, Missouri. I never found a customer base more in need of fine American-made sucking power than I found up and down the Wasatch Front in the mid-1980s.
There's one thing coaches love, it's media guys telling them how good or bad their team is.
My pick for the 4A state championship this year when it comes to football is the Stansbury Stallions.
Give me a break. This isn't a contest about who can shovel the most corn silage. I like Pine View.
Run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Hey, welcome back. Beautiful rendition by the student choir here at Desert Hills High School. Devin Dixon, Rustin Burnside with you. This is our Sullivan Homes Game of the Week, and just a couple more minutes here to break this game down. Pregame brought to you by the Interior Design Center. Already went over our keys to the game. We'll get to our Sky Mountain starting lineups, but Burnsy, our Sports Clip Star Watch tonight. Give me one guy for each team that's going to have a big impact on this game. It could help their team win this battle tonight between two crosstown rivals.
Hey, for the Snow Canyon Warriors, let's of course go with number one, Bretton Stone, the tailback there for Snow Canyon.
He's back.
He's back, and there's no better time to pick someone as your Star Watch player of the game until they get back from injury. He's here to make an impact. You know he's going to see the ball quite a bit. For Snow Canyon, it is definitely Bretton Stone in his return. On the flip side, for the Desert Hills Thunder, you of course have to look at maybe another player who's coming back from injury, right? That's the quarterback for the Desert Hills Thunder, Noah Fuetolo, or Fui, as we're going to call him tonight on the broadcast for simplicity purposes. He's out there. He's ready to make a big impact for this Thunder squad. They missed their quarterback as great as a job as Hunter Bentley did. It's time for Noah to come back, retake the reins, and make this team competitive once again.
Yeah, Fui's a sophomore, but about 6'2", 205, and you know, I'd like to see them use him a little bit more in the RPO with him running the football. I think if they can establish him running the football, he's tough to bring down. He takes the fight to you. Now, that ended up being what knocked him out last week as he was running the ball up the middle, took a helmet-to-helmet hit. And it was more precautionary, Coach Mark Murdoch said. He wanted to come back in that game, but he had a bad concussion in wrestling season last year, and they didn't want to risk it. So he's been cleared, got cleared earlier in the week. He's had a good week of limited practice, but he is going to start tonight, and then they'll go from there. They do have kind of another quarterback that, you know, could come in, and that's Austin Turnbow, if needs be. So they have kind of those three quarterbacks, Fui and Bentley, and then Turnbow. Turnbow is kind of more like, he kind of seems more like a Ty Rutledge type guy where he's just an athlete and you can just kind of put him anywhere. But we'll see how it plays out tonight. It's going to be Fui to start this game. We know it's going to be Landon Fry, and Landon Fry's numbers this year have been tremendous. He has been, you know, a 3-year starter. We know he's a next-level baseball kid, but he loves to play the game of football, and he's actually got some cousins on this team, Hayden Fry and Jake Erickson. Kind of fun to play with some cousins, 3 stars on this team that are all related.
Yeah, it's absolutely. I mean, they say all the time, right? Football is family, but in this situation, football is literally family. It adds an extra layer of authenticity when it comes to your team and the ability to coexist and get along and work together, and makes them that much more dangerous.
All right, well, 4 games all about to kick off around Region 9. The other games, if you're looking for them, 3 of the 4 are on sportsradio977.com, sportsradio977.com. Of course, welcome in our CEC TV audience here. So if you're heading home, you're listening on 97.7 ESPN, you want Desert Hills Snow Canyon, you can go to TDS channel 108, get this game in HD, or you can put it up through your smart TV from the stream and access this game. If you're looking for Dixie hosting Cedar, that's 94.9 radio or our website. And then the Crimson Hurricane game is a stream only on sportsradio977.com. So lots of games tonight. We'll keep you updated on the Pineview Canyon View game, the 4th game this evening.
Yeah, don't worry. If you can't get to all of them, we have plenty of First Ace Hardware Region 9 updates to bring you throughout the night. We keep an eye on it. It's hard to get our eyes off this game, but we definitely try to see what else is going on in Region 9.
All right, getting set to kick off. Warriors lost the toss. Desert Hills is deferred, so they'll get the ball first, and Bretton Stone back deep and ready to return this. Brenton Childs, I believe, also back deep for the Warriors. And ready to kick it off for the Thunder is Kidman, Trevin Kidman, the senior kicker. And let's play some football on a Friday night. Brought to you by Sullivan Homes. You only hopefully build your dream home once. That's why you need it done just right. SullivanHomes.com. Return on a short kick by Jacob Hill in good field position. That kick didn't travel very far. He grabbed it on the run and got it out just shy of the 40-yard line. And here we see the Warriors wearing white with the gold helmets, green numbers, Landon Fry and company huddling over there on the sideline. It will be Landon Fry at quarterback as we check the Sky Mountain starting lineup. Braxton Hickman, Bretton Stone, who's back, missed 2 games to injury, Jake Hill, and then that offensive line goes Fry, McKeever, Erickson, on one side, and then on the other side they go Fruity as well as missing one here. I'll find it for you. I think it's Hardy. So a really good offensive line, and they'll go right behind the offensive line. Bretton Stone breaks through, 10-yard gain, and much more to the 40, the 30, down the sideline. How about that first play of the game? Bretton Stone is back, folks. Touchdown, Warriors. That is a 62-yard scamper that started up the middle and then went down the left sideline for the score.
And you have to be so impressed, not only by Bretton Stone's ability to run and kick it outside and outrun every Thunder player as he took on Austin Turnbow. Turnbow couldn't get the angle on him, but get a look at it right here, Double D. It's fantastic push from the offensive line, and then Stone does the rest with a little bit of shake and bake and then turning on the afterburners. I don't know if this game could have started much worse for Desert Hills or much better for Snow Canyon.
Yeah, you saw there in pursuit Trey Levitt, who's very speedy, and he could not quite catch up with Bretton Stone from the other cornerback position on the right side. And just like that, 6-0. Here is the Simply Wisdom Teeth point after try by Whitwer, and it is up and is good. And just like that, the Warriors have the 7-0 lead. We'll take the break on the one-loss scoreboard. You just saw it, first play of the game, Bretton Stone to the house from 62 out.
There's a rush coming.
Well, let's rush best 9 plays from last week in Region 9. Number 3, we go to the soccer field. Same field, different sport. Brianna Stewart bends it like Mia into the top corner pocket. Take a peek at your letters. You can send us mail at any time.
What's up with the stupid robot? His prediction percentage is lower than my dog's IQ, and my dog is dumb as a rock.
Lawrence, are you going to do anything, or are you just going to sit there? There's one thing coaches love. It's media guys telling them how good or bad their team is.
Sponsor, Stephen Wade Auto Center, Dixie Power, Balance of Nature, and Dirty.
Hey, welcome back, Desert Hills High School. Devin Dixon, Rustin Burnside. Just like that, 62-yard touchdown. Bretton Stone has given the Warriors a 7-0 lead. Put that on the highlight reel for Bretton Stone. This kid can fly.
Man, I'll tell you what, when that kickoff only went to about the 30-yard line, I figured that was a pretty rough start for Desert Hills, but I was in for a surprise. Massive run, and it all is due because of that great offensive line up front for the Warriors.
Lusk and Turnbow back to receive the Whitworth kickoff. He's kicked a lot of touchbacks, but this can be returnable from the 1. And Turnbow's going to try to go all the way left side, and he's not going to get the 15-yard line. He ran a long way to get to the middle of the field, and it's going to be shy of the 20.
You can't ask for a better kickoff than that, where it's fielded at the 1. There is no touchback. I mean, right there, he's got to return it, and he gets only up to about the 13, 14-yard line. Big kickoff, and now for Desert Hills, you got your work cut out for you. You don't get to start at the 40 like Snow Canyon did on their last drive.
So here we see Noah Fuatololo. Fui is a 6'1" sophomore, 205 pounds, and Zach Ford has been playing youth football for the last 7 or 8 years with Noah. But because Ethan Ford and Ashby are out, Ford, the sophomore, starting. Man in motion. It's Turnbow. And Turnbow looks like he wants to throw, but he's going to just tuck it out of bounds, and he's going to lose a little bit of yardage there. Didn't it look like he wanted to throw for a split second?
Yeah, for a minute he tucked that right arm back as if he was going to attempt something, but I think the pressure was way too much. Braxton Hickman was one of the first Warriors into the backfield for Snow Canyon. Look at him get separation right here in pursuit. Fantastic defense by Snow Canyon all around.
Yeah, he didn't get there first. Brenton Childs got there first, but you see the constant effort from Hickman. You put Hickman on the left side and then Fry on the other side. These DNs are really good. They go Ford up the middle, and Ford gets hit and driven back, and I believe that was Jaden Erickson that made the play in the middle of the field.
And you talk about these Snow Canyon defensive backs, Double D. Last week alone, Brooks Esplin had a 99-yard interception return for a touchdown against Hurricane. They made life miserable for those Tigers receivers. And just like that, you see they don't only have the ability to cover the pass, but also the run.
Yeah, there's a completion, and then ahead of everybody tries to get some yak yards out near the 38, and that's a fabulous Freddy's.
First down. Big play, and that's what the Thunder need to see. Your first couple plays don't go much of anywhere. Calm and poised right here is Fui. Looks to the left at first, goes through his reads, rolls to the right, and on the move, he's able to deliver that strike. He's going to go to the air again, deep downfield, looking for the same receiver. That one's going to fall incomplete. On the coverage was Brooks Esplin, that same guy who had that 99-yard interception return last week.
So after moving the change. They take another shot. You like that aggressiveness. But it'll be 2nd down and 10. Thunder trailing 7-0 to the Warriors. Run up the middle, then tries to break outside, and he's bottled up, and Ford goes down, going to lose. Now they're going to give him momentum and a short gain of about a yard.
Hey, Hickman was the first one there on that play. The burst that he has is unlike any other player in Region 9. Not only does he have the ability to push the offensive line, but the ability to create separation and get to the ball carrier.
And now Fui going to roll and throw, and is caught by Turnbow, and a nice catch in traffic and a beautiful throw, and Austin Turnbow has another fabulous Freddy's.
First down. I'll tell you what was impressive about that is Turnbow actually was the one who had to kind of make that extra effort to go catch that ball. It looked like Fui led him a little bit, and Tyden Morris was sitting right there thinking that maybe he had an interception. Turnbow steps in front of him, and it's another Thunder Fabulous Freddy's first down.
Here are the Thunder. Play action. Fui Tololo going to be pressured, and he's going to be sacked. Hayden Fry takes him down in the backfield. That's a loss of almost 4.
Big play from Hayden Fry. And if you're the Snow Canyon Warriors, you love the idea that you can go to Fry, you can go to Lees. There are multiple different guys who can make big plays for you. Last week it was Lees, and so far early in this game, it's Fry getting to the quarterback.
So now a 2nd down and long for the Thunder, down 7-0. RPO give to Ford. Ford's going to get a 5-yard gain and make it 3rd down and a long 9.
And for Desert Hills right now, the run game has struggled quite a bit, whether that's giving the ball to Ford or trying to swing it to the outside with Braxton Turnbow. Snow Canyon stuffed it out, but you have to stay consistent and you have to stick to that game plan. Running the football will prove crucial later on in this game.
Fuatololo going to throw, looking, checks off, goes to the right side and goes to Turnbow, and there's a flag late as they got tangled up. They were trying to find Braxton Turnbow, and I don't know if that ball was catchable, but it looks like the Thunder are going to catch a break on some PI, on maybe some incidental contact. Double move there, kind of turned the Warriors around, and then he does trip him while he's trailing him, and maybe that's not such a bad call, seeing that replay.
You know, at first I was kind of a little bit confused. It seemed like accidental contact, and I mean, ultimately in the end, chances are it was. But Jake Hill definitely got tangled with the intended receiver, and as a result, the Thunder move forward. It's been a slow drive. It's been a steady drive, but Desert Hill's moving the football down the field.
And you go back to our keys to the game brought to you by Camping World. We were talking about they had to move the ball and sustain drives and score in the red zone. Now they've started to move the ball. Can they score? Ford's going to run it, take a big hit, somersault, and Zach Ford's about 5'3", $140. It's hard to find, but once you get your arms on him, he's kind of like a little, what did Phil Steele call him? A little Darren Sproles.
Darren Sproles, yep.
And that was a nice tackle by the Warriors' Logan Mendenhall. It'll be 2nd down and 6. 4-yard gain for Ford. Ford flanking Fuatololo in the backfield out of the gun with the trips formation to the left. They're going to give it to Ford running right. He's going to slip one tackle, but not the wave coming. And he got a yard, and that was it. 3rd and 5.
And that's one thing I noticed about the Snow Canyon last week against Hurricane. Once you get hit by one Warrior, chances are 3 or 4 are right behind him. You see the initial contact, and then coming in to clean it up is Jacory McKeever.
McKeever's a D1 talent. A lot of teams got to be interested in him. Of course, it's been hard because recruiting's kind of been on hold with kind of a dead period for a lot of these coaches because of the pandemic, and the season delayed. Some conferences canceling until spring, others trying to maybe restart. We know the SEC will start next week. ACC's already played some games. Big Ten will go October 21st and 22nd. Now we're waiting to see when the Pac-10 might try to fire things back up. Our officials for the game tonight, our lead official is Gene Van Orden. Paul Bittman is the umpire. Line judge Gavin Larkin. Head linesman is Donald Hewlett. Back judge Jared Youngman. And the chain foul recorder is Jason Estridge for the game tonight. 7:33 left. Nets on fire clock. Here, first quarter action, Warriors lead 7-0. Give us to Alton, and E.J. Alton, is going to be right near the sticks On 3rd and 5, I think he got 4. I think he's just going to be a little bit shy. And when you run on 3rd down, you got to presume you're going to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the setup initially, get in a little closer and create the ability to go from 4th and inches, 4th and 1.
And give a little tip of the cap to Robbie Tangren, who plays both ways. He's a junior right tackle. He stayed on his block and kind of helped create a little hole for Alton to run through.
Yeah, this Thunder offensive line has been pretty solid on this drive.
Is that Turnbow in the backfield?
It looks like it, Austin Turnbow.
No, that's not. That's number 31, and that is a nice carry for a 1st down, and the drive stays alive. They convert on 4th and 1, and I think it's John Dell, Corden Dell. No, it's not. It's 21.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. 21, not 31, Devin. That's Cy Nunley, the middle linebacker. They're using him on offense, and that's kind of what you like, a guy that's going to fight for extra yardage on 4th and short. Fui looking to throw. Pocket stays clean. Looks left, now rolls right. Tuck slides, and he'll lose a yard. Where he starts to slide, and so he'll lose a little bit of yardage, but live to fight another down.
Yeah, it's a tough situation there for Fui. He looks out to his left. No one's open. He actually probably could have took off on that left side with a little more room. He cuts back to the right to try to open something else out, and by that time, Snow Canyon's defense has already collapsed. How big would it be for this Thunder team to get into the red zone after not scoring last week here in this first quarter?
Well, they are into the Team D Auto Sales red zone now in a quick slant, and it's caught, and a nice throw there, and Eric Olson brings it in. It's going to be just shy of the 1st down marker, and another big down coming for this Thunder offense.
Yeah, it's Eric Olson's first catch of the ball game. Big grab, too, in heavy traffic. Well, with pressure coming at him.
And he knew he was going to take a hit there and delivering that tackle right on time, but going low. Good form tackle there. And that allowed Olson to hang on to it. 3rd and a long yard. Fuatololo going to keep it. Stretch for the end zone. Touchdown, Thunder. Desert Hills, after giving up an opening score on the first play from scrimmage, has marched down the field and scored. They took it into the red zone, and then Fui punches it in.
And for Fui, that is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. Check it out right here. Just solid movement up front by the offensive line, clearing a path for him. First and foremost, out of all those big guys, it was number 65, Dawson Bundy, leading the way, the junior, allowing for Fui to sneak in and an opportunity to tie this ball game up. Extra point is up, and that was a very low kick. They may have got a hand on it, but it's up and through. Kind of a delayed reaction from the crowd. It didn't look like it went through. It did. It's 7-7 here at Desert Hills High. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Back live at Desert Hills, Devin Dixon, Rustin Burnside. And on the one-loss scoreboard, 7-7 with 5:32 left in quarter number 1. How about that answer for the Thunder?
Oh, man, and they desperately needed it, not scoring last week. And just like that, in the first quarter, your first drive, you get into the end zone. We got a confident squad now.
Brenton Stone, returnable from inside his 10. And he's going to be hit. Try to break free. Got the 20, and that is it. And a flag fly in late, or no flags. Yeah, there is a flag from way downfield. Thien Lee made the stop on special teams for the Thunder.
Yeah, really solid play by him. He broke to the outside pretty quick, and for a good majority of it was unblocked. He gets in there, lowers the shoulder, and brings down Stone. So right now the officials talk over what that flag is going to be for.
And it's going to go against Snow Canyon on
It's going to be a
a personal foul call here. I didn't see the infraction. Did you, Bernsey?
I did not. Well, I'll tell you what, Snow Canyon is going to have a little worse starting position than their opening drive.
And that was a different kicker that came in for the Simply Wisdom Teeth extra point. Going back to that extra point that just barely got through. It was not Kidman. We think it was Cole DeCastro that kicked that through, if I'm not mistaken.
It sounds about accurate to me.
DeCastro is listed.
He's 82, isn't he?
No, 41, but there's two 41s because Balin Worley, we know, is wearing it. And so I'm wondering if they changed. He's been playing mainly JV, but maybe he got a new number tonight to do some kicking. And the ball almost swatted down, but it's complete, and it's going to go for a big game for the Warriors in not quite into Thunder territory, but Mendenhall there bringing that one in on a quick hitter out route from Landon Fry, and that was a good pass.
Back-to-back opening drives where Snow Canyon has ripped off major yardage on the first play. A lot of credit to Mendenhall. He was the first Warrior to catch a pass last week against Hurricane, fumbled it, and really he wasn't heard of much the rest of the game. Tonight he gets it going quick for the Snow Canyon squad. Landon Fry's first pass attempt is a big game.
7-7 our score, but the Warriors get a big first down. Brought to you by Fabulous Freddy's. Quick hitter out of the backfield to Stone. It might have been a backwards pass. Stone's going to dive on it and lose yardage inside the 30 to about the 27. And it will be marked, 27.
And we get a good look at it here, courtesy of CEC TV. This is such an awkward angle to try and catch a football. Looking over your left side, hands up and ready, and it was thrown a little behind. Good recognition for Stone to go and dive on that instead of giving up on the play like we've seen many running backs do in the past.
Play-by-play here brought to you by Luke Udy. Middle of the first quarter, 7-7 tie. If you're shopping for insurance, it sometimes doesn't sound as fun as watching your favorite team win until you save a ton of money on your home, auto, or life insurance. Call Luke Udy today, 435-251-9102. Luke Udy, American Family Insurance. Bunch trips to the top of the field. Thunder showing blitz. They run it to Stone up the middle, and he collides, and that's a big collision there with Cy Nunley. Power on power, and it'll be third down and long. Third down at about 20.
Third down and 20, a ways to go, but we know the Snow Canyon squad is plenty capable of it. In fact, Landon Fry averages about 18 yards per attempt this year alone so far. So, I mean, 2 more yards than your average, definitely doable for the Snow Canyon squad. Desert Hills defense and secondary will have to be on their toes right here.
7-7 game. Bretton Stone scored on a 62-yarder. Fuatololo answered on a quarterback draw. 3:34 left here in quarter number 1. 3rd and 20. Fry looks right, goes left, over the top, just over the intended receiver's hands, incomplete. Nice coverage there by Austin Turnbow.
Very, very good coverage. The best coverage we've seen so far from Desert Hills. And I do got to get a little bit of credit to that defensive line. They created a little bit of pressure, maybe more pressure than Landon's been accustomed to so far in this game. So made things a little uneasy, and he aired that out just a little too far for Logan Mendenhall, but great coverage by Austin Turnbow.
So punt unit on.
Whitwer back to punt for the Warriors.
And Whitwer is the kicker.
For the Thunder.
Some late substitutions running on the field there for D Hills. Turnbow back to receive this kick. He's standing right at his zone 30. Snap is good, and kick is away. Not a bad kick, but Turnbow's going to come up on it and then let it go. Oh, man, he's going to give up about 12 maybe yards or so, maybe a little less than that. Looked like it was going to take a big hop. It didn't really skip out, but maybe 10-yard advantage there. But, hey, I guess if you're not sure you can catch it cleanly in traffic there, at least still decent field position for the Thunder.
Yeah, much better, I suppose, than turning the ball over, but it definitely took a Warrior bounce. Now, Double D, here's the thing right now for Desert Hills. Your first play of the game, you let Bretton Stone run wild for a score, and then Logan Mendenhall gets a big play on their second drive, and the defense tightens it up after that. Very impressed by the adjustments that were made by the Thunder defense after it was looking early on like they may be cooked already.
High school football brought to you by Sand Hollow. 27 championship holes. They've got their villas for a quick overnight stay. They've always got concerts, events at the Rock Bowl. SandHollowResort.com. Ford, RPO, run it up the middle. Positive, productive play on first down. They'll get almost 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Thunder.
About 4 on the play before being brought down.
Yeah, Zach Ford is one of those tailbacks for Desert Hills. Already has over 100 yards rushing this year. And you mentioned injuries have put him into the spotlight a little bit more. But when he has open space, he's as dangerous as they come.
Zach now sidecar to Fooey's left. They're going to scissor action and then give to Ford. And it took a while to get that play going, and they're going to get a gain of 1, and that's it. It's going to be 3rd down and 5. That looked a little discombobulated in the backfield. It kind of looked like it took too long to kind of develop.
Yeah, and while they waited for that to develop, 4 Snow Canyon Warriors were in on the tackle. Literally almost the entire defensive line was there by the time Ford got up to the line of scrimmage.
E.J. Alton back in. It's kind of thunder lightning in the backfield tonight. They're going to give it to Alton. He's going to turn north and south and then hit a wall, and he's not going to get much. Maybe a pickup of 1. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, the best situation for this Warriors squad is the fact that the announcers have a hard time deciding who got there first. Another situation where 4 Snow Canyon defenders were around him. I'm going to credit number 62, though, for sure, Lorenzo Saley.
It was Zoe. There's no question.
Yeah.
Salili. He's only a sophomore, but this kid is big. Goes about 6 foot, 265, 270. And now 4th down punt unit on. Hunter Bentley, who's the backup quarterback, also the punter. Both teams' defenses tightened after both teams scored on their opening drives. Bentley going to roll, kick, flag flies. It's an end-over-end kick that's going to land at the Snow Canyon 40, take a favorable bounce and run down to the 30, and it'll be down there. And the flag came from the Desert Hills side judge. I'm not sure what the penalty was, but we'll wait and see from our referee, Gene Van Orden, here tonight. Veteran official, also the head of the Southern Utah Officials Association. It's going to be a false start on D. Hills.
What's funny about these games, 7-7 here in the first, both defensives seem to have tightened up, and every single time these squads play each other, it's always a defensive slugfest. Snow Canyon has scored 40 or more points in 3 of their last 4 games, so we know they can score. We know Desert Hills has the potential to score, and early on, the defense is kind of locking in, putting their cleats into the turf and really digging down right now, and I wonder if we're going to see that throughout the rest of the game.
Both teams deadlocked here late first quarter. 1:23 on the Nets on Fire clock. Hey, check out netsonfire.org. This BYU and Friends basketball camp is tomorrow, so if you got some ballers that you want to get involved in that, you got to sign up tonight. Go to netsonfire.org. It's the BYU alumni basketball camp. Check it out, netsonfire.org. Motion, fake it to Hickman. Fry will keep it. He'll pick his way for about 3. Flags flew immediately, and it looks like this one might have been a movement up front, and it might be a 5-yard penalty on the Warriors.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it's coming back. But one thing that I do like about Landon Fry on that quick little draw play, the fact that Fry's using his legs this year. We've sometimes pegged him as a pocket passer. Already has 3 rushing touchdowns on the year. In fact, one game where he did have 2. And he's been able to use those feet to pick up crucial first downs throughout the year, more so than he ever has in the past.
It's going to be a false start against Snow Canyon.
It is a false start against Snow Canyon, so the Warriors will back it on up.
Just a reminder, we're always looking for our Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert. Holbrook Asphalt, leaders in HA5 asphalt preservation. We make your asphalt last longer, working with a lot of people across the country. Corporate headquarters right here in Southern Utah. And this is a fun thing we've done for the last couple years. If either team individually scores over 25 points tonight, everybody can go ask for the Big Score dessert at Yogurtland. Your first 5 ounces are free. And Bernsey off to a good start here with both teams scoring first quarter touchdowns.
Yeah, and Snow Canyon's almost always a given to get you that Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert.
Fry out of the gun. Quick hitter. Flag flies again. Completes to Stone. And Stone takes a big hit up top from Turnbow. And maybe movement early again here.
Hit by the Thunder defense. Penalty marker came in early.
And a helmet came off. And Lusk goes and puts it down and gets flagged for it. Stone's helmet came off. Lusk went and put his helmet down at the 20. And they're going to call unsportsmanlike on Lusk. And they have Snow Canyon backed up. That's a little bit of a mental mistake there by Hendrick Lusk.
Well, and I think there were some words exchanged at the end of that play after Stone took a big hit from Braxton Turnbow. He already had his legs wrapped up. Then he got a shoulder put into him. His helmet came off with 4 Thunder players on top of him. And I think Lusk just did that out of – I mean, when you're playing a game as competitive as this one's been thus far, it's easy to kind of forget for a moment. And he thought he may have been – funny or firing up his team or something like that, but instead the referee deems that as
I think if he just sets it down and doesn't run into the open, I think, if a helmet comes off, you could either A, set it right down, B, give it back to the player who's Bretton Stone, or C, he runs it 6-7 yards and then sets it down kind of out in the open, and the official kind of sees it out of the corner's eye and quickly reaches for the flag. I don't know if they will call this off. I mean, the only option is it's unsportsmanlike conduct here.
That's the only reason. And we did have the initial flag, first and foremost, which seemed to be a false start, correct?
There is nothing in the rule book that says if you have a player's helmet pop off and a player sets it down, it's a penalty. But if you just kind of go with an unwritten rule that an official deems that as unsportsmanlike, then they could flag it, which they have here. Now, will they waive it off or will they enforce it? We're about to find out. They're still talking. It's a false start against Snow Canyon. NFL calls, that play would have been blown dead, but they let it continue. And now we got a dead ball, unsportsmanlike on Lusk.
So that false start doesn't matter near as much as it does. And the only thing I can think is that the officials deemed that as taunting with the manner in which he set the helmet down, how he didn't really slam it on the turf, but did so with a little bit of authority. The official had to have seen it as taunting and went from there.
Yep.
Now that we've had a little bit of a lull in the action, I'm kind of anxious to see how these two squads respond. Two are no strangers whatsoever when they play each other to a little bit of bad blood, a little bit of trash talking, some hard hitting. That's the rivalry. That's the style of football you get when the Thunder take on the Warriors. Of course, 53 seconds remain on our Nets on Fire clock. We're still tied 7-7, and Snow Canyon with the ball on their own 35 after all the penalties were sorted out. We're looking at a 1st down and 5.
Yeah, it's been kind of slowed the momentum down a little bit here.
And whistles blow again. We ain't getting started right now, Double D.
Gives us a chance to thank Team D Auto Sales, our Red Zone sponsor. Team D won't be beat, offering consignment. If you need some help selling your car, these guys can help you out. Jason Parker, 488 East St. George Boulevard, or teamdautosales.com. And maybe we can get a playoff on this attempt here. It's 1st and 5 now. And that bailed Snow Canyon out. They were a little bit behind the chains. Clock's ticking. They give us to Morris. Tide Morris is going to jump cut out left and then turn up north and south. 1st down and more out to the 48 of the Snow Canyon Warriors.
I was really anxious to see how they were going to implement Tyden Morris, especially after he had such a massive game against Hurricane. 2 touchdowns in that game, a 15-yard run and a 15-yard touchdown pass off of a screen, and we get a good look at it here. Just he has such explosiveness and an ability to really turn downfield. It's hard to implement Morris back into the game when you have your star and Bretton Stone coming back, but right there on his first carry, he makes good of it, and it looks like the clock's going to continue to tick down here towards the end of the 1st quarter.
And that'll continue to tick now, and I think they're going to be content to go ahead and go to the break. Into the 1st quarter coming here. 7-7 our score on the one-loss scoreboard. Your dedicated personal injury attorneys. Glad you're with us on CEC TV, 97.7 ESPN. 2nd quarter coming up. When we come back, we're tied at 7.
All right, Lawrence, bring it in.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to pancake McKeever.
Okay.
You go to the right hard.
Go to the right.
Full speed.
Yes, full speed.
Don't go full speed in rehearsal.
Yes.
Our ratings are never going to go up.
Okay, let's put these little babies to bed.
Ready?
Break.
Hey, Brent, when we're done, you can go back to playing Pokemon with those nerds you hang out with at Snow Canyon.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Ready. Down. Hot hot.
Oh.
All done.
Ah, it took you 10 minutes to complete the census.
That was so easy to count me, Rosita.
Papi. And it is secure and private. Make your family count.
Take 10 minutes to make sure every child counts. Visit 2020census.gov.
Hey, welcome back. Devin Dixon, Rustin Burnside, 7-7. Entertaining first quarter. Put 12 more minutes on the clock. We go to quarter number 2. Snow Canyon has possession near midfield. And high school football on a Friday night brought to you by our friends at Sullivan Homes. Sullivan-homes.com. They build homes for you, your family, just right from start to finish. Go check out what they can do for you. Got some great floor plans, great areas where they're building now in Southern Utah. Play action, fake it, throw it, and a nice job breaking that up by number 7 of the Thunder. Or no, that's 2. That's Turnbow, not 7. That's 2. I apologize.
And if that ball could have popped in the air just a little while longer, Taven Mortensen was trying to get underneath it. It's great hustle all around from that Thunder secondary. And I like that they get pressure on Fry once again. The previous play, they ended up sending a cornerback on a blitz, and Hendrick Luss, he nearly got there before everything broke down, and Tide Morris ended up taking that ball for about 10, 12 yards. But they're starting to provide a little bit of pressure right now for Desert Hills, trying to phase Landon Fry just a little.
4 seconds into quarter number 2. Second down and 10 for the Warriors. They're working right to left on your radio dial. Fry puts a man in motion. It's Mendenhall. Stone's going to try to set up a screen. Has it at scrimmage. And Luss comes up and makes a quick tackle. And it's a gain of just 1.
That's such good recognition from Desert Hills defense. You have to understand that particular play right there, as Stone comes up limping, hopefully he's okay. You do not want to see that if you're a fan of Region 9 athletics or good football in general. But this is a play, that screen play, they scored on last week against Hurricane. They set it up for Tyden Morris. He ended up taking it 58 yards for a score. Right there, Desert Hills sniffs it out.
Stone a little slow to get off, so they're going to kind of have a quick injury timeout brought to you by Intermountain Sports Medicine. Of course, they provide all the trainers for our Region 9 teams. Mark Harris, Desert Hills, DeJuan Shakespeare at Snow Canyon. DeJuan Shakespeare came out. Brenton Stone kind of met him on the hash, and they both jogged off. Didn't look too serious there, but maybe just a little aggravated ankle or something. I don't know. 3rd and 9. Fry going to throw. Just a 4-man rush. He steps up. Now the pressure comes. He makes a great move. A flag flies. A tackle from the backside. And it's going to be about a pickup of 6, short of the first down. And maybe a hold there by the Warriors.
He's going to come up 2 yards short.
I don't know. Let's see if we can get a good look at it right here. Back in the pocket, a little bit of pressure.
Looks like he's going to be holding against Snow Canyon.
What a move by Fry, but it was a hold on the Snow Canyon.
It was a fantastic move. And even
you got to accept this penalty, too, and they will, because you don't want to give the Warriors 4th and 2.
Right. They'll go for that.
From the spot, it's going to be now 3rd down and 19.
And you got to give a lot of credit right there to Jacob Buckway for Desert Hills. After Fry made a move like that, I figured he had at least 10, 15 more yards to go. Buckway able to track him down from behind.
Appreciate some of our great sponsors. Dad's Trucking, your quality service carrier. Well, later in the broadcast, we'll select our Dad's Trucking Player of the Game award. And in a Region 9 showdown, we'll pick one for both teams when this one goes final. Right now, we're tied at 7. 10:44 to go. Nets on fire clock. Second quarter action. Thunder showing blitz. They bring 6. Pressure comes, and Fry is going to go down, and he's going to be sacked at the 30. Couldn't handle that 6-man rush with only 5 blocking. Well, you had 6 on 6 really, because Tide Morris stayed in there, but Thunder get to Fry.
And watch Tyden Morris get absolutely blown up by big Dawson Bundy. Puts his shoulder down, blows Morris back into Fry. Fry never stood a chance. Just great penetration all the way around, specifically that of Dawson Bundy.
And Bundy had a big run, and Morris tried to chip up, but he just had more momentum, and that took him into Fry, and then he got him around the leg. So Bundy with a great sack. And now the Thunder should get good field position.
They should. Yeah, this Desert Hills Thunder defense looks tuned in, only giving up 13 to Dixie, and now holding the Snow Canyon offense in check.
Penalty marker.
Yeah, it really looked great except for the first play of the game where Stone took him from 62 out. Yeah, both those plays.
And Dawson Bundy, he's got to be feeling good. I'm watching him over on the sideline, teammates coming up, slapping him on the helmet. He paved the way for Fui to get that first rushing touchdown that tied us up, and then comes in and absolutely obliterates Morris for a big, big-time sack. And with 9 minutes, 50 seconds left in the second on our Nets on Fire clock, we got a game.
Whitworth to kick. They come, And they run into him almost. They kind of collide with each other. Turnbow's going to return it. Austin Turnbow makes a man miss. Goes left, cuts back, gets to 50, breaks another tackle, drags a would-be tackle to the 46-yard line, and maybe the 45. What a return there by Austin Turnbow, the junior. And Desert Hills, for the first time tonight, will start in Warrior territory, tied 7-7.
And I got to get another look at this one right here on CEC TV's cameras. He splits Will Warner and Jaden Erickson and then breaks another tackle before finally being brought to the turf. He shook at least 3 different Snow Canyon Warriors there, and 2 of them at once.
And it's hard to drag Fruity, but he had some momentum. He took Fruity for, 5-yard piggyback ride there at the end of that run. So, one of 4 Region 9 games underway. Dixie scored first against Cedar. And, of course, we've got a bunch of other games going on tonight. We'll get you some scores brought to you by Hearst Ace Hardware in just a few minutes. Of course, we'll go deep into the scoreboard and stats inside our InfoWest halftime show. It's still 7-0 Dixie, though. That is the current score, as I just checked it.
And just to give you another quick idea, Hurricane and Crimson into the first, they're still at 0 apiece as Desert Hills Fooey takes the snap.
And he's going to run. And he's going to get a first down. That's Fabulous Freddy's first down. Field up, wash it down, and save. Fabulous Freddy's, 2 Southern Utah locations. Home of the Splash Drinks, famous pink cookies. And they pump your gas, 87 octane, and save 10 cents on gas every time you fuel it at the pump. And Fooey right there. Started left, but I like how he finished north and south. Put his head down and got everything he could there. Draw play, give us to Ford. Zach's going to get another nice gain. That's about a 5-yard pickup for Zach Ford. Ethan Ford coming into the season was going to be the star. Zach's older brother, he breaks his foot game 1. He should be back soon. He said about 4 to 6 weeks. And it's been 5 weeks. Fooey going to take a shot. Crandall behind everybody, and he caught it. Touchdown, Desert Hills. A 28-yard touchdown. And how about the accuracy there from the sophomore? Fooey put it right on Crandall's hands, and Desert Hills has their first lead of the night.
And I honestly think that was Snow Canyon's best corner, and Brooks Esplin matched up against Crandall. Fooey placed that ball so well, he had no choice but to catch it. Drop that right in the breadbasket, as they would say. And I love watching this replay right here. He airs that out. At first, I thought there's no way there's going to get there. It looks a little too long. Perfect placement. Desert Hills takes the lead and has an opportunity to make it a 14-7 ball game right here.
Snap and holder down, kick is up, and it is good. So Crandall gets the 28-yard touchdown reception from Fooey. Desert Hills 14-7 lead on the one-loss scoreboard. Back with more Region 9 football right after this timeout.
Beyond the park you know exists a world you don't. A world that is greater. Greater than just one passion. Greater than just one adventure. Greater than just one moment. Come to where life is greater. Come to Greater Zion.
Because of you, I feel not alone in this world. And you let me know that it only takes one person to make you feel wanted.
Back live, 14-7 ball game. Desert Hills 28-yard hook up. Fuatulolo to Crandall, and Snow Canyon set to return this kick. And I'm trying to think. I think this is the first time Snow Canyon has trailed all season, Bernsey.
Yeah, even in their closest game this year against Morgan, they still had a 24-7 lead at one point. They've been knotted up before, but they've never trailed. Quick little squib kick is going to be returnable for Snow Canyon.
And it's going to be really good field position. He shoots across midfield and takes it nearly to the 40 of Desert Hills.
Big return right there for Jake Hill. And I mean, that he handled it first and foremost. It's always hard to get a hand on those bouncing kicks like that. And then he turns upfield, breaks a couple tackles, continues to churn forward. And now the Warriors are in good field position. Of course, we know what happened on their first drive of the ball game where they had good field position. That was a Bretton Stone massive touchdown run, and we're keeping an eye on him to see if he's okay. He hobbled off the field earlier, and it looks like he's coming back out for this drive.
Here is Landon Fry, the senior quarterback. Trips to the top of your screen, far side of the field from us here at the Desert Hills press box. Single receiver to the near side, and they'll give it to Stone. Stone quick hits that hole, and he'll get a gain of 3.
Stone with the
And Turnbow quickly comes off and says he needs a trainer. Where is Turnbow going? What does he need, a mouth? What did Austin Turnbow darted off the field, grabbed something out of the equipment bag, and now we'll have to miss this play.
Interesting.
Was he grabbing tape, maybe?
Tape
for some blood or something?
Had to have been. And now Coach Murdoch signaling for him to come back down the field. There's a lot of panic right now on the Thunder sideline.
Well, and Snow Canyon not going quick, and they're trying to attend to him. Fry in this game is 3 out of 5 for just 33 yards. Will he throw it here? No, he'll give it to Stone. Stone, nice juke in the hole. Has the crease. First down and more. And Stone's going to take it to the 25-yard line. Boy, he's shifty quick.
And the way, that quickness and the way he lifts those knees and gets through a hole honestly reminds me a lot of the way that Adrian Peterson used to run back in his day with the Vikings. The way he just churns those legs makes it tough for anyone to tackle him right around that knee area.
4 carries now tonight and 77 yards already. Of course, he got a lot of it on that touchdown run.
Yeah.
But good to see him come back in after he limped off the field on their last possession.
Very good, and especially where he's already missed multiple weeks. I mean, you don't want to see that type of player when the season's at its most intense go down with an injury.
Pistol now for Fry. Stone right behind him. Fry looking to throw it to him out of the backfield. Stone completes it, trying to go wide, and he is pushed out of bounds by Jacob Wilkins. Pretty good job by Wilkins fighting off a block and keeping that edge.
Oh, great job right there from Jake. And Snow Canyon's tried this a couple times to get a quick little pass out to their running back and try to set something up, and all 3 times I can think of, Desert Hills has handled it perfectly. Those corners have read it to perfection nearly every time Snow Canyon's attempted that quick little dump pass to the running back.
Warriors taking their time. They're not going fast tonight. Meanwhile, Desert Hills has kind of tried to speed things up a little bit. Minute 30 left first quarter. About 4 or 5 miles from Desert Hills High School, and Crimson Cliffs and Hurricane are scoreless. Here it's 14-7, Thunder with the lead. Fry looking to pass. Now he's going to tuck and run when the pocket collapses, and he's going to get a nice gain on second down. Picked up 6. It'll be 3rd and 4.
And a big 3rd down and 4. Of course, this right now, seemingly in the Team D Auto Sales red zone, is probably 4-down territory for the Snow Canyon squad as they trail by 7. But this makes things much more manageable right now.
They used Stone as a decoy there, and Wilkins was guarding, and then Fry decides to tuck and run. 7-7, Cedar has tied Dixie up. Updates brought to you by Hearst Ace Hardware, heart of St. George, Cedar City. Give it to Mendenhall. Tough handoff, but Fry got it just up under the armpit there, and Mendenhall secured it and turned it upfield right near the line to gain.
Ooh, it's going to be close. Mendenhall with an extension right there at the end. Let's see if our replay can get us any clearer picture of it.
Nice cut back there to fall forward. I think he's just shy. 4th of the foot, looks like.
That's what it seems.
Warriors into the Team D Auto Sales red zone. Trying to tie this game up. Need a yard here. Pistol formation and timeout taken by Desert Hills, I believe. Desert Hills wants to talk it over. Timeout's brought to you by Scott Gibson team at Intercap Lending. They don't master rates or fees. Intercap Lending. And of course, great time to refinance. Rates have been fantastic. New build, finance, jumbo loans. They do it all. Scott and his team can go to work for you. And you just have to give them a text or call, 435-619-8080. Or do a cash out refi, do some home improvement projects. No matter what your needs are, get a better rate with the Scott Gibson team at Intercap Lending. Well, the score here, 14-7, as Desert Hills has the lead. Snow Canyon, big fourth down coming up. Crimson Cliffs Hurricane, no score in that game, and Cedar and Dixie are tied 7-7. And also Pineview is leading.
It looks like that score right now 27-7 in favor of the Panthers.
Yep, 27-7. That's a home game for the Canyon View Falcons, but maybe the most potent offense in all of Region 9, maybe the state, in the Pineview Panthers. They have been scoring up over 40 points against teams like Park City. Scored 38 and lost their only loss of the year to Ridgeline.
Yeah.
And Ridgeline darn near beat Skyview last night on that Thursday night game. That was a chippy game, Burns. Did you watch that game?
I did. In fact, I watched the play, the kick that was blocked that was turned all the way to the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
Tempers flew a little
Fourth
bit there.
down here. They're going to give it to Stone, and Stone's going to get a first down, and he's going to get a touchdown. Busts out of the pack, bounces off a tackle, and scores the touchdown from 16 yards out. And there's an injured Thunder player back near scrimmage.
We'll keep an eye on that. It doesn't look good either as people rush out on the field. But one thing that you got to really, really enjoy right there with Stone, he had Braxton Turnbow beat. Once he got into the open field, we'll get a look at it right here. You can watch how he goes between the guard and the tackle, runs into his own player. Both Turnbows get turned around, and by that time, Stone has the speed to get into the end zone, and we're one extra point away from having another tied ball game.
Stokes out there to check. DeJuan Shakespeare out. Mark Harris out. Dr. Christian Millward is also out. All part of the Intermountain Sports Medicine team. Such a great job. They still got the helmet on, and there's a whole bunch of people surrounding, and I cannot tell who it is. I don't want to speculate. Touchdown Warriors. We'll come back after this timeout, check on the injury, and get you the point after try. Right now it's 14-13 PAT pending on CEC TV and ESPN Radio.
There's a rush coming.
Well, let's rush best 9 plays from last week in Region 9. Number 3, we go to the soccer field. Same field, different sport. Brianna Stewart bends it like Mia into the top corner pocket. Take a peek at your letters. You can send us mail at any time.
What's up with the stupid robot? His prediction percentage is lower than my dog's IQ, and my dog is dumb as a rock.
Lawrence, are you going to do anything, or are you just going to sit there? There's one thing coaches love. It's media guys telling them how good or bad their team is.
The injured Thunder player is now up, and it looks like Caden Lloyd, 22. He's holding the left shoulder and arm kind of across his numbers. I believe that is 22. Coach Murdoch, the Intermountain Sports Medicine team, Mark Harris, walking him to the sideline. And here is the Simply Wisdom Teeth extra point try, and we're a PAT away from this game being tied up. We were tied 7-7, now we're tied 14-14. If Whitworth can kick this through, he's been really good. This is a soccer player, never played football. They've worked with him, developed him, and he's turned into a really good, solid kicker already this season. And I saw him make a 49-yarder that looked like it was good from 59 yards, and the Simply Wisdom Teeth kick is up and good because that's all they do. Simply Wisdom Teeth, sedation, all 4 teeth removed, one low price, $899. Dr. Hendrickson has over 300, 400 5-star reviews. Go check it out. Or go to simplywisdomteeth.com. See why so many are choosing Simply Wisdom Teeth. Devin Dixon, Rustin Burnside with you here. Sullivan Holmes Game of the Week. And we are getting closer already in the first half to our Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert. And this is a tight one right now, 14-14, anybody's game.
It really is, and of course we talk about how these games are always defensive slugfest. We kind of expect that coming from these two squads right now. We know Snow Canyon can score, but Desert Hills defense has been up to the task. And when you look at the Warriors, their defense, their resume is impressive. In fact, they're the best in 4A. They're about 50 points, 62 points better than points scored against them this year than Skyview, who's number 2. So it's a very wide margin defensively for the Snow Canyon Warriors and the points they've actually given up in their 4 games.
Look at the Wilkinson stats. Lights, fans, home decor. Wilkinson's a unique place to shop. Time of possession, 9:18 for the Thunder, 6:02 for the Warriors. 9 rushes for 109 yards, and Stone has 95 of those as it's a touchback into the end zone. 17 rushes for the Thunder for just 39 yards. But Desert Hills has 84 yards passing from Fui on 4 of 5 for that touchdown he hit to Crandall. But how about Brenton Stone, though? Coming back after missing 2 games, he looks fresh. 5 carries, 95 yards, 2 touchdowns.
And there's a reason he was on our Star Watch, right? I mean, as far as that goes, we knew the impact that he brings to this Warriors squad. And earlier in the season against teams like Cypress and stuff, it was okay if you didn't have to use him as much or if he was injured. But now when the season gets a little more tight, that's where guys like Brenton Stone show up to play, and so far he's done so tonight.
Thunder, quick hitter, outside, complete, Crandall. Crandall cuts back and going to get the first down. A flag did fly, though. Maybe somebody blocking downfield got a little jersey there. This could be coming back.
Yeah, I think they're going to whistle that. Number 58 for Desert Hills turned around. That's Big Robbie Tangren, and he's kind of looking at the official in a somewhat quizzical manner. It might have been thrown in his direction.
It's going to be holding against the Thunder.
So that'll be a spot foul. That'll make Fui 5 of 6. He'll get the completion, but they're going to lose yardage here from the spot, and it looks like it's going to be first and about 14. And it would have been a first down. And Desert Hills has 7 first downs in this game already, 5 for Snow Canyon. Fui Tololo going to step up, looking, still looking to throw. Now he's going to run. And he's going to dive to the 30, and it's going to be second down and 10.
And you like the pursuit there for Snow Canyon because Fui did want to take off with that. He considered passing for a little while, but really running him down and creating that pressure. That's Isaac Lees, who's been so fantastic for the Snow Canyon squad. Never really lets Fui get enough room.
And there's a first down. Great job getting it out to Turnbow. Turnbow with the effort dives at the sticks, and that's a fabulous Freddy's.
First down. You know, the best part about this is Fui is making all the big throws at the right moments. Third down doesn't matter, airs it out, puts it right on the money for Austin Turnbow. Earlier delivers an absolute strike to Crandall. He's making big throws tonight. These aren't dink and dunks.
And Snow Canyon has rushed 4 consistently, and they haven't gotten a ton of pressure. They rushed 4 again, complete to Braxton Turnbow, and it's another 5, maybe 6-yard gain.
And you know, something you don't see there is Fui was down in the backfield. He had taken a hit, and he's making those heads-up football plays right now to get rid of the ball at just the exact moment. There are 2 Warriors in his grill, and he delivers a strike regardless. He's been very impressive these last couple Thunder possessions.
Give it. Oh, and nothing doing there. Warriors jump all over Balin Worley, the senior running back, and he's going to lose 2 yards.
Yeah, in the shotgun position, they just hand it to him, and as he goes to his left, Braxton Hickman does what he does best, just kits into the backfield and disrupts.
We got a timeout. Thunder will talk it over. We'll take the break. Brought to you by Intercap Lending and the Scott Gibson team. 14-14, 3:46 left for second quarter on ESPN Radio, CEC TV.
El censo es una ocasión especial en la que contamos a cada persona en cada casa de cada comunidad.
¿Niños cuentan?
Por supuesto, contar a todos le brinda un apoyo a tu comunidad para construir cosas como escuelas, hospitales y autobuses. Completa el censo por teléfono, por internet o envía tu formulario por correo.
Es fácil, seguro y lo más importante es completamente privado.
¡Haz que tu familia cuente!
Este año, haz que todos los niños cuenten. Visita 2020census.gov/ES.
All done.
It took you 10 minutes to complete the census.
That was so easy to count me, Rosita. Papi.
And it is secure and private. Make your family count!
Take 10 minutes to make sure every child counts. Visit 2020census.gov.
Welcome back. 3rd down and 8 for the Thunder. Blitz comes. Fuatololo swings it quickly, and it's incomplete. Trying to find Worley. I think Fuatololo saw the blitz, had to get rid of it a little bit premature, and the Thunder, after the timeout, will have to punt the football back to Snow Canyon in a tie game.
And that's so tough. And the Thunder right there, just for a second, I understand they never got past midfield, but just for a second, that offense was showing a lot of poise, a lot of promise, kind of derailed by a couple mental mistakes on the penalty side and then an actual drop right there.
Hanging out at Desert Hills, it's homecoming night. Snow Canyon, if you're just tuning in, white and gold with the green numbers. Thunder with the all black, gold numbers, white helmets with the Thor hammer on them. Like those white helmets and gold helmets. Good-looking helmets for both teams tonight.
And that hammer has always been one of my favorite logos in all of high school football.
Uh-oh, bad snap over Bentley's head. He's got time to get it. He kicks it, and he's going to do a great job, and it's going to take a roll, and it's going to get almost out to midfield. Are you kidding me? Hunter Bentley saving the day a little bit there.
Wow, what a break right there for Desert Hills. When he turned around and actually attempted to punt that, man, that made me a little bit nervous. Snow Canyon already had an opportunity to close in on him.
And they're setting up a return, so they only rushed about 2-3 guys. And if they would have sent the house there, you got to believe that would have been Snow Canyon ball inside the 10.
Oh, 100%. And instead, now they're just barely, well, they're still technically on their side of the field right now, about at the 49, a little above the 49. And so right now, Snow Canyon 14-14, 3 minutes, 34 seconds on our Nets on Fire clock. And it has been a fantastic game. Both defenses have really put in the work as of late. And as the Warriors come out onto the field right now, this is one of those moments where Bretton Stone has been so fantastic running the football, but it wouldn't surprise me to see Landon Fry air it out a little bit. He's been great so far.
Fry, backwards pass, but Stone grabs it. This will go down as a rush, and he's going to get a gain of about 1, 2, 3. Give him 3. They went to that play 4 or 5 times. The one thing I've noticed now, Snow Canyon watching some film and calling, now this is the second game I've seen them live, they haven't shown all the playbook.
No.
And Luss kind of made that tackle on Stone as he was falling down. But they've kind of used that same play, that swing pass. Now it's pistol, give to Stone. Stone makes one man miss and then is hit. And they're trying to strip the ball out, and it's going to be really no gain on the play there. Robbie Tangren and company. Braxton Turnbow helping out as well.
Yeah, big play right there from the D-Hills defensive line. And even at first, one of the first players to actually spin around and create the initial contact.
Probably Nunley.
Was, and it looked like it was Chance Richens also.
Oh, Richens got there first?
Contact.
Yeah, because Tangren came from the backside and kind of helped try to strip it. He's not going to get credit for that stop. There's another pass to Stone. It's fumbled, and is that backwards or forward?
Refs blew it dead.
They blew it dead. That was very close. Let's see where Fry lets this go. He's standing. That's a backwards pass. That's a fumble. That is a fumble. That's a fumble, and that was backwards by at least a half a yard, if not a yard, Bernsey.
And that's about the 7th time they've attempted that. About the 2nd time that it should have been a fumble. And right now, Snow Canyon's attempting these quick little dinky passes because Desert Hills, and this was one of the Camping World keys to the game, Double D, they're blitzing, they're bringing heat. They don't want Fry to feel comfortable back there, especially in a 2-minute drill situation.
In the official's defense, though, the referee, Gene Van Orden, he's behind the play, and the side judges are at the line of scrimmage, so nobody is standing on the same level playing field. We have the best angle from our television crew, and it wasn't egregious, but it definitely did appear to go backwards. It's still a punt situation. They bring pressure, don't get there, and it's kicked out of bounds inside the 25. Really good little angled kick by Jacob Whitworth.
It was, and now we get to see Fooey lead this offense back out here after a great punt and kind of run a little bit of a 2-minute drill. He's been accurate, he's been precise, he's gotten the ball out in time. He's gone through his reads just about, I mean, he's done everything you can ask him to do, including delivering an absolute beauty of a pass to Crandall for the strike and score. But now he gets to run that 2-minute drill and try to go up by half.
It's interesting because Desert Hills likes to blitz a lot. That was one of our Camping World keys to the game. So Snow Canyon's trying to do a lot of quick stuff, and Fry is 5 for 8, but only 37 yards. They haven't tried to go over the top at all yet in this game. Did have the long completion of 31 yards. I think it was Mendenhall.
But even he caught that around the line of scrimmage.
And then got a lot of yak yards.
Yep.
Run to the left side. Thunder now have the 2-minute drill opportunity. We're tied 14-14, 2:14 and ticking left in the first half. Coming up, we'll have the InfoWest halftime report. We'll get you all the Wilkinson stats in this game, individual team stats. We're going to have a little extended halftime show. We're going to bring you the top Region 9 plays from last week in our halftime show for our television and streaming audience on CEC TV or sportsradio977.com, as well as our audience on KSL and Des News. Fui low, gonna roll, gonna throw, and it's low, and only this second missed throw of the night for the sophomore quarterback. And that one probably might have been intentional, just trying to live to fight another down.
Yeah, absolutely. Snow Canyon had him all out of sorts there as he runs to his left where he's already a little more uncomfortable, and then he just has to throw one right into the dirt.
And he had a guy right in his face, so he had to try to sidearm that, so the accuracy probably wasn't there. But you don't want to throw an interception in this situation with a tie game, and you're going to get the ball to start the second half. Instead, they're going to take a shot over the top, and it's incomplete. Underthrown as Lusk was working on Esplin one-on-one.
Yeah, Esplin.
Good coverage.
Yeah, it was great coverage. Remember, Esplin was the one who was the victim of that Fui to Crandall touchdown, and right there he is in prime position. Even if that ball gets to where it was supposed to go, Esplin's going to be the primary receiver in a way. He was the first one in position for it.
Fuitololo put some air under, but he got to throw that outside shoulder and just a little deeper. But fortunately, he underthrew it so much, neither guy could get to it.
No one was there.
And now 4th down, and the Thunder going to have to punt. And Snow Canyon, both these teams' defenses are tightened late in the second quarter. Snow Canyon's going to have another chance at a little 2-minute drill, and they should get pretty good field position. Stone back deep, and they're going to say, don't touch it. And now it's Tyden Morris is going to grab it, and Morris is going to have some room. And he's run out of bounds by Nunley at about the 38-yard line. Tyden Morris, dangerous play, but he turned a little lime into lemonade.
Yeah, and Snow Canyon right now all over on the sideline, motioning that hand, asking for a late hit foul penalty.
You see Brett and Stone come up and say, kind of don't touch it.
Yeah.
I mean, Morris kind of lets load sleep, and Crandall was right there but couldn't make the diving tackle once Morris grabbed it late.
It was just such a heads-up football play from Morris, and
That's
a risky one. But, yeah, you're right. He lulls the defense to sleep. Everyone thinks he's just going to let it bounce. We're just going to down it and then get on with the game, and he ends up fielding it and taking it into Desert Hills territory. Sometimes you got to take risks in games like this.
Yeah, tie game, 126 on the Nets on Fire clock. Again, the BYU and Friends basketball camp is tomorrow at netsonfire.org. You can check out the details and get signed up. Fry going to throw all day. Now he checks down underneath route, and it's incomplete. Trying to find Mendenhall and coverage by Braxton Turnbow. And Turnbow's saying, I was trying to make the pick. He ran into me. No call.
No call. And this is a rare instance right here where he actually has protection. They leave Stone back there to block. All 5 linemen do a great job. But the secondary, Desert Hills trusting that secondary to make a play, and they absolutely do right there.
And Mendenhall did kind of tackle Turnbow there to make sure he couldn't make the interception because that ball was not on target to him. That's a pretty smart play by Mendenhall. But now on the replay, I could tell why Turnbow was kind of saying, hey, wait a minute.
Hold up.
I didn't have a chance to catch that ball. I don't know if he was looking at it. I think he was looking at Mendenhall. 2nd down and 10. Fry over the middle, has a man, too tall, incomplete. And Jake Hill kind of gimping a little bit there with one of the bad wheel there from Hill.
That's what it looks like, and there's no other way to put that. That pass was just high, absolutely high from Landon Fry right there. And Jake Hill's one of his favorite targets, particularly in the red zone. He only has about 8 catches this year, and he scored on about 4 of them. But right there, he just throws it way over his head. And another fantastic defensive possession by Desert Hills secondary.
Cedar gets a late field goal, and at the half, they lead Dixie 13-7.
Wow.
Updates brought to you by Hearst Ace Hardware. 1:17 to go here. We're tied at 14. Fry double clutches. Now throws, comeback, complete, right near the sticks. Had to kind of come back in front of the sticks just a little bit to make the catch, and he's going to be just shy of the line to gain. That's a really good throw from Fry considering he double clutched it.
Exactly, and the last couple passes, it seems like he's double clutched it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that happens to be the first one that actually ends up in the hands of the receiver, sets up a 4th and short.
We'll take the timeout, come back for the finish of the first half on the one-loss scoreboard, 14-14 between the Thunder and the Warriors on your Region 9 network.
3 months ago, there weren't enough masks. We were desperately sourcing from all over the world. People were making face coverings from scarves, bandanas, and bits of fabric. Now there are plenty of masks, but some people don't want to wear them. Come on. Mask up, America.
There
there's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
Welcome back. Sullivan Homes Game of the Week here in Region 9. Desert Hills, Snow Canyon tied 14-14. Devin Dixon, Rustin Burnside with you. And the Warriors now, 4th down. They got a jumbo package in, and they're going to give it to Stone. And Stone's going to break out wide, and Stone's going to have the first down and more. And he's going to be driven out of bounds down around the 12. That's a huge gain for Bretton Stone, who's already over 100 yards in this game.
So explosive, but we got to get a lot of credit right there to the push up front. You have Hickman playing somewhat of a fullback role, and you have Tanu playing somewhat of a fullback role. Both of them get out. They have the speed, the ability to get downfield and throw blocks on the secondary. Something that was meant to be for 1, 2, 3 yards ends up going for a good chunk and puts the Warriors in prime position to score here going into half.
How about 7 carries, 113 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Bretton Stone? Can he have the hat trick in the first half? Jump cut, and then tackled by Wilkins and company. Nunley helping out as well. But a great gain of 7-8 yards on first down. Great push by that big offensive line on the left side. They started right. He goes left.
Yeah, pass blocking's been a different story for them tonight, but run blocking, they've been as good as it gets when it comes to creating enough separation.
Yeah, Warriors 134 on the ground to 49 for Desert Hills. Desert Hills 99 passing, only 45 passing for the Warriors right now as we look at a couple Wilkinson statistics. Lights fans home to Corn Moore. See why contractors, homeowners love shopping at Wilkinson's.
And you know, last week against the Hurricane Tigers, Snow Canyon was in a similar position right around the 5-yard line, and it ended up being Landon Fry taking it on a quarterback draw and waltzing into the end zone. I won't be surprised if they try to get Landon to use his legs right here. He's only got outside of the pocket, maybe took off one time today that I can remember, and it might be a good time to draw it up right here.
46 seconds to go. And then we'll have an extended Info West halftime report. Scores from around the region. We've got highlights for our audience on CEC TV. We'll get you last week's top 9 plays in Region 9. Andy Thompson hosting that with our new highlight show that we shoot every week at CEC TV studios. A lot of fun. Quick student body toss left, Stone sprinting, and he's not going to get in. He's going to be driven out of bounds, but I think he's going to have the first down inside the 4, down to the 3.
I'll tell you what, right there, Braxton Hickman threw a block. Check this out. He gets the pitch, rolls out to the left, and Hickman just absolutely levels
Lusk
right there.
That's not a fair pound-for-pound fight,
no,
is it?
It's not.
Your right cornerback against your 6'3" senior, DN slash running back slash Swiss Army knife. I mean, Braxton Hickman reminds me of Taysom Hill.
Yeah, does it all.
But he just happens to play defense too. Now they go with that jumbo backfield, trips behind Fry, who's under center, and they blow this play dead. You got Hickman and Stone, and then is the other one in the backfield Mendenhall?
Tanu.
Oh, it's Wesley Taunu'u.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. So that's their heavy set.
Yeah, and that's the same exact set they used on 4th and inches to really spring that big play to get them down here in the first place. So they're going to ride with it again in a goal line situation.
Hurricane has a lead against Crimson over at the Mustangs homecoming game, 7-0. Here it's 14-14. Cedar leads Dixie at the half, 13-7. And it's all Panthers up in Cedar City at Canyon View High School. 40-7, Pineview leading right now. I think that's halftime too.
Yeah, you blink and Pineview puts another score on the board.
What do they do here? Fry under center, handoff to Stone, and Stone going to try to dive in, and he's just shy. Inside the 1, they'll spot it. And not quite there. And another timeout brought to you by the Intercap Lending folks and the Scott Gibson team.
Tell you what, that was a hard tackle to make for Buckway. The reality of it is he was almost standing straight up when Stone ran into him, somehow able to get those arms around and tear the ball carrier to the turf. Big defensive stand thus far. And with 29.3 seconds here on our Nets on Fire clock, I don't feel like Snow Canyon feels necessarily pressured right now. But the Thunder are one big play away from really holding off Snow Canyon.
Correction on the Crimson Hurricane game. It's halftime. It's a halftime score with Hurricane leading 7-0. So every game has gone to half in Region 9 except for ours, Burnsy, and we got 29.3 seconds left. And it's interesting because Desert Hills had first and goal from the 2 last week against Dixie.
Yeah.
Stopped, and fumbled, and Dixie's defense prevailed. They're going to have to do something similar here. It's second down. It's Tawanu'u, Hickman, and Stone in the backfield behind, and they'll toss it to Hickman. Hickman running wide, and a flat pancake blocked by Bretton Stone scores Hickman. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Hickman did it last week on a long touchdown down the sideline. We blocked 2 people. This time one-on-one. He flattened that Thunder left side DN or cornerback. I couldn't tell.
It was Wilkins. And I got to see this again. Stone just absolutely throws a block. And what's funny, all drive, it was Hickman and Tanuhu who were throwing the big blocks. Stone says, hey, it's my turn, and he allows Hickman to get into the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, hey, I got you this play. You get me next play. And that's what makes Snow Canyon so dangerous. So finally somebody other than Bretton Stone scores, and it's Braxton Hickman. The Simply Wisdom Teeth extra point is up. It's good. We'll take the break. 23 seconds left. 21-14 Warriors on the one-loss scoreboard. This is the Sullivan Homes Game of the Week on ESPN Radio, CEC TV.
All right, Lawrence, bring it in.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to pancake McKeever.
Okay.
You go to the right hard.
Go to the right.
Full speed.
Yes, full speed.
Don't go full speed in rehearsal.
Yes.
Our ratings are never going to go up.
Okay, let's put these little babies to bed.
Ready? Break. Hey, Brent, when we're done, you can go back to playing Pokemon with those nerds you hang out with at Snow Canyon.
Ha ha ha, ha ha. Ready. Down. Hot hot.
Oh. We're back late first half, 23.4 seconds on the Nets on Fire clock. Nets on Fire at the B. Moore Sports Complex. They got a new roller skating rink coming. They've been having contests to see what fans and Southern Utah residents think they should name that. Name will be announced really soon. Some trickeration on the kickoff. They're going to huddle up, then hand it to a different player, and actually running down the sideline and getting it out across. Well, he stepped out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. The bunch there, you've got 3 players in there, and nobody knows who's going to get it. And then ultimately, it didn't really work. But I like the idea of some trickeration there. Hey, you got to pull out all the stops. Maybe you spring a kick return for a touchdown there, and you can tie this thing back up. Now, Desert Hills doesn't have to be too aggressive here. They'll get the ball second half. It's a one-score game, 21-14. Fui Tololo has been so accurate, though, tonight. Do you take a couple deep shots here?
Yeah, but I mean, really, what do you have to lose, right?
Well, sack fumble wouldn't be the answer.
That would be what you have to lose.
They're going to go quick hitter. Outside, double pass. Nobody's open. They're going to throw it anyway. 3 defenders, and he tripped up and falls down, and this is the interception that's returned now to the 30. Now we're going to go to the left side of the field. Will Warner to the 10 and driven out of bounds there. And there was a no call on the PI, and then there's a flag later in the play.
Not to mention our clock's at 0 right now.
Yeah, and that might be the end of the half, but the half can't end on a penalty. So there's going to be one untimed snap once they sort all this out.
So I guess that's what you have to lose, huh?
Well, I like the idea of the trickeration.
It just wasn't there when he let that ball go.
It wasn't there, and they only had one receiver in the route. Probably should have just tucked and run that. Olsen is the guy that gets it. He's got pressure. He would have got nowhere on a run anyway. And, when 3 guys there, I'm okay with that no call, to be honest with you. I didn't see enough there, and it's so well defended. Now, this is maybe a penalty coming on Desert Hills. They just threw another penalty. Are they throwing it on Desert Hills sideline about arguing on the no PI call here, Burns?
Maybe. I mean, right now the ball is legitimately spotted at the 45-yard line in Desert Hills territory.
Right.
So I don't know. And there's multiple flags on the field right now. Messy situation, but the reality of it is Desert Hills took a shot. Didn't feel like they had too much to lose, and a fantastic return by Will Warner gets brought back by a penalty, and now we have more flags on the field. I don't think we're any clearer to figuring out what's going on.
Well, I mean, in lifetime, I get why Desert Hills is upset. They think, their player got pushed down.
And he did go to the turf.
There's a personal foul, helmet to helmet, against Desert Hills somewhere along the lines on the return. This is going to put Snow Canyon in field goal range. If I'm Coach Esplin, I might want to take a 2-score lead. Now, unsportsmanlike, so this is going to spot this ball, and it's going to be one untimed down from the 30. This would be a 47-ish yard field goal attempt, and Whitworth's got the leg. You've seen him on the PATs clearing the uprights.
And you said you've seen him hit those in pregame before, right?
Oh, my goodness. This kid's been a soccer player, but it's different kicking a soccer ball. Curtis White, Coach Esplin gave one of his teammates back in the late 90s when they won a state championship together. He's one of the freshman coaches, but he happened to be a kicker. He was also a great safety back in the day. But he has given Curtis Whitehead a ton of leeway to go work with Whitworth, and he has given him all the credit in developing him. It's different kicking a football than a soccer ball.
Oh, 100%. I mean, we always see former soccer players who come in and feel like it's going to be a natural transition, and for many it is. But for others, it's something they really, really have to work on.
They're going to clear the bench, and they're going to let Desert Hills go to the locker room.
And that looks like it will end.
I thought there was an untimed play. Maybe high school different. I apologize. I figured on a penalty you wouldn't end the half there.
I think Snow Canyon agrees with you right now. Their offense is still out on the field.
I thought they were maybe going to line up for a field goal attempt from 47. That won't be the case. So that's the half, 21-14. They're going to have about a 5-minute extra halftime show, putting 20 minutes on the clock. It is homecoming here at Desert Hills. Entertaining first half. Burnsy, your thoughts before we go to break?
Man, I'll tell you what, I have been very impressed from what I've seen all around. This hasn't been an offensive shootout. It really hasn't been a defensive slugfest. This has just been balanced football every single part of the game you look. The offenses have clicked on both sides, and the defenses have been steadfast. This is just balanced football from both teams right now, and a fantastic ball game.
We'll take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll bring you the InfoWest halftime report from the Internet people. We'll get you highlights, we'll get you stats, we'll get you the top 9 plays in Region 9 from last week, more analysis and second half adjustments, all coming up when we come back at the break on the one-loss scoreboard. It's 21-14. Snow Canyon Warriors lead the Desert Hills Hunter on ESPN 97.7 and CEC TV.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Shopping sprees, sip my ties and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Radio Dixie 91.3, Young the Giant, something to believe in.
John, what song do you want to hear? Next, Miss Calendris. You'll be on the SWAT team, the SWAT team. That's a fantastic situation.
I talked to you. I was going to talk to you last time.
will be for second.
Hopefully next year will be awesome.
4, 3, 2, 1. From black, won't be open.
Welcome back to our InfoWest halftime show. Devin Dixon, Rustin Burnside, Sam, our statistician, hanging out with you here on CEC TV and 97.7 ESPN. We're going to get you scores from around the region. We're going to break this game down. So far, it's been very entertaining. 21-14. Warriors lead the Thunder. But let's check the highlights and get you the scoring from the first half in case you tuned in late. Early in this game from scrimmage, here goes Bretton Stone. Missed 2 weeks. He looks fresh as he gets up the middle, then down the sideline, outrunning everybody. 62-yard touchdown. And that was 7-0 early. Warriors had the lead, but ensuing drive for Noah Fuitalolo. Fuitalolo is going to roll right, hit his man, and a nice completion there to Lusk. And now Fuitalolo going to go to work, giving him time, and he rolls right and fires a nice throw and a good catch by Austin Turnbow into Warrior territory. And okay, after getting shut out last week, Thunder offense moving. Can they get it done in the red zone? Down inside the 5, they hit Olsen, and then Fuitalolo going to fake it to Ford, keep it himself, dive it in, and the sophomore quarterback ties the game up 7-7 after the PAT was good. Landon Fry going to go back to work and going to be sacked. Bundy came in, blew that play up, and a nice sack there. Then Fuitalolo going down that right sideline, and it is touchdown, a 28-yarder to Crandall. And then kickoff, and look at this. Nice return right up the middle. And excellent field position for the Warriors. And once Landon Fry and company get that field position, they know what to do. They give it to Bretton Stone. Up the middle, look at the juke move, look at the vision, just softly, patiently running for a big gain. And then the bad snap here by Bentley. This is a heck of an effort by Hunter Bentley to get this off. And it takes a pretty good roll. But right now, momentum kind of with the Snow Canyon Warriors, as they kind of traded punts back and forth. And then great grab late by Tyden Morris, the sophomore, and he's going to get great field position. I think it was 4 drives the Warriors started in Thunder territory. 1 drive the Thunder started in Warriors territory. And Landon Fry, look at the double clutch. Look at the arm strength. Like he's playing shortstop, turning a double play. And then they go triple-headed monster in the backfield. They give it to Bretton Stone, and look at him just kind of stride out and take that down inside the 20 into the Team Deato Sales red zone. And then watch this block by Hickman on the left of your screen as he downs Lusk. Stone, though, can't score. Instead, they go the same play the other way, and Stone pancake block, and Hickman takes it in. So Bretton Stone, 2 touchdowns in the first half. Hickman had the third, and it is a 21-14 lead. Tempest Line is performing right now. And let's check some of the stats. Bernsey, what'd you see in that first half? Landon Fry, 6 of 11, 45 yards. And you look at the quarterback comparison, Fuitalolo, actually pretty good, 6 of 10, 99 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, and then when you compare those two quarterbacks, both have affected the games in different ways tonight. Landon Fry has been effective simply just by being under center, right? It's required Desert Hills to create pressure, try to get to him because they know how effective he is when he has time. And then Fui, on the other hand, has been smart. No turnovers from either of these two quarterbacks, which is major. Landon Fry is not a guy who turns the ball over often. Despite him having an interception last week, that's a rarity. Fui, on the other hand, is a young sophomore quarterback. You're not always sure what decisions he's going to make. His decisions have been the best tonight. Clean, precise. He's hung in the pocket when he needs to. He's avoided pressure, thrown it away when he's need to. Smart football from both of these quarterbacks. For the running backs in particular, you look at Ford over there for Desert Hills. He has 9 carries, 26 yards, and of course no scores yet for the tailback there. But he's been effective when he's got the ball. Like we've talked about, kind of a young Darren Sproles, it seems. He's quick. He's shifty. He has the ability to make people miss in the open field, and so it's only a matter of time until he opens up as well. And then for Snow Canyon, we can't say enough about Bretton Stone and his ability tonight. He has been so good. He's ran strong. He's been, when he gets into the open field, no one's caught him. 10 attempts, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns, and that is an average of 12.3 yards per carry, which is a first down almost every time he touches the ball.
Yeah, so let's look at the individual statistics. First for Snow Canyon, 6'11", 45 yards for Fry. No touchdowns, but no mistakes. Stone, you mentioned it, 10 for 123 and 2. Tide Morris, 1 for 13. Jake Hill, 1 carry, 3 yards. Hickman, 1 for 1, but it was a touchdown, and that's the difference in this game, that late score. Receiving stats, Mendenhall 1 for 31, Will Warner 1 for 8, Bretton Stone 4 for 6 out of the backfield. Defensive stats, Brenton Childs 4.5 tackles, 3 solo, 3 assisted, 1 tackle for loss, and Hickman 2 tackle for loss, 3 solo, 3 assisted. He's got 4.5. Isaac Lees has 4 to lead the way in that category. You look at Desert Hills individual statistics, 6 of 10. For Fuitololo. There was one other pass attempted. That was late in that half on a trick play double pass. Yeah. Olsen throws it incomplete. It was intercepted, not incomplete, and the half ended on some penalties. Rushing stats, Zach Ford, 9 carries, 26 yards. Worley's got 2 for 9. Alton has 2 for 6. Nunley has 1 for 5, and Fui has 4 for 4. And Crandall has 1 for 4 on a fly sweep. Olsen has 1 catch for 10 yards. Crandall has 2 catches for 54 yards. And then after that, not a lot of other statistics. Turnbow 1 for 11. That's Austin Turnbow, and Braxton Turnbow 1 for just 4 yards in the first half. So there's your Wilkinson stats. It's 21-14. Snow Canyon leading Desert Hills inside our InfoWest halftime show. Total yards look like this. 45 passing for Snow Canyon, 99 passing for Desert Hills, but 138 on the ground for the Warriors to just 49. Both teams have 8 first downs. Desert Hills has 1 turnover, becomes late there. Penalties look like this: 6 for 65 yards for the Warriors, 4 for 45 yards, and I think 20 of those came on the last play because you had a personal foul.
Yeah.
And there was 2 flags. I think it was 2 15-yarders. So I don't know if that's correct there or not. We'll have to check. Those are your stats again here at the break. Let's do this. Let's take another 2-minute timeout. When we come back, Andy Thompson recaps the top 9 plays in Region 9 last week, spanning all sports. We had the Region 9 Rush come out earlier this week, and if you missed it, stay tuned. We'll show it to you, and you'll have to listen along on the audio for the top plays for our radio audience. We do that after this 2-minute timeout. Again at the half, Snow Canyon leading Desert Hills 21-14 on the 1-loss scoreboard.
Tell me not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream. For the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not as they seem.
Art is long and time is fleeting, and our hearts though stout and brave, still like muffled drums are beating, funeral marches to the grave. In the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like dumb-driven cattle, be a hero in the strife.
Lives of great men all remind us that our lives can be sublime, and departing, leave behind us footprints on the sands of time. Footprints that perhaps another, sailing over life's solemn main, a forlorn and shipwrecked brother, seeing, shall take heart again. Let us then be up and doing, with a heart for any fate. Still achieving, still pursuing, learn to labor and to wait.
All right, welcome back. Halftime here, presented by InfoWest, Devin Dixon, Rustin Burnside. And we are going to give you the top 9 plays inside of all Region 9 sports on the rush with Andy Thompson, presented by Gallion Welker Beckstrom Attorneys at Law, where experience matters, and by Reach Higher Athletics. They train sport-specific training for any sport. And let's roll the tape. Top 9 plays from last week.
Welcome in.
Here they are.
The ESPN 97.7 Region 9 Rush. I'm Andy. He's Lawrence. We're ready to rush. Best 9 plays from Region 9 this week. Number 9. For the life of me, I can't believe this kid's merely a freshman. Boston Bracken, Eagle putt. He won another tournament at Sky Ridge, Central Cliffs. Mustangs, they're on track to win another title. Dylan Becker with the interception. That kid looked wide open. Becker. Oh, we got a Pete Weber celebration opportunity. Let's see if Dylan can pull it off. Give it to me, Dylan. One more. Yes! Let's go play number 7. Creed Leonard, right up the middle. No touchy, into the end zone. He's going to run out of the back of the end zone. He's got a little gump in him. Play number 6.
And the quarterback threw a perfect ball to the outside hands, and ended up planning on time and letting him slip right by.
This kid is a problem. Dominic McKenzie with another score against Cedar. Number 5, this is our letter to Coach Olmsted. BYU volleyball, meet the hammer of Thor, AKA the left arm of Ellie Chase. Bump, reverse set, boom! Ellie Chase and Desert Hills dominating in volleyball as usual. Play number 4, Hurricane Tigers against Snow Canyon. Brenton Childs with the Oskies. He's got a chance to go all the way. Now, all the girls are going to want to date Brenton after this play. But who's this kid? Lays out 2 Tigers to help Brenton into the end zone. Let's throw that kid a bone, huh? Play number 3. Robbie the Tank Tangren. Trifecta on one play. He gets the strip, the sack, and the recovery. Unbelievable. Robbie Tangren having a great year for the Thunder this season. Same game, different play. Hunter Bentley, desperation mode. It's 4th and 9. He wheels out of the pocket. Desperation heave. Joshua F. Crandall. Look at that play. He had 2 spectacular catches in this game. Dixie fans are like, we won this game. Where the heck are all of our highlights? A valid point. Play number 1. Canyon View, Desert Hills, double OT. Addie Newman with the through pass to Bree. Puts it in. They get the goal. Here's Addie to tell us what happened.
Control it and take a touch and turn, and saw Briley making a through run, and I played a through ball behind their defender to her. She took a touch and put it right past the goalie.
If we missed any of your plays, email us anytime at region9rush@gmail.com.
And we welcome you back here inside the press box at Desert Hills High School, where I think Haley Heaton and Josh Crandall were just named homecoming king and queen. They had all the people that were finalists escorted around in some golf carts, and the specialists for Snow Canyon are coming back out on the field, and some of the Desert Hills players have made their way back out on the field. And thanks to you for locking us in, loading us up on a Friday night. Let's get you some scores real quick from around Region 9. They're into the third quarter. There's about 7 minutes left. Crimson is kicking to Hurricane, and Hurricane has a 7-0 lead. So midway through the third quarter, Hurricane on the road leading by just a touchdown. Dixie has strike first in the second half. I think it was a touchdown to Anderson, an 87-yarder, and they've got a 14-13 lead. And Pineview is taking it to Canyon View tonight up there in Iron County.
Every time you look away and look back at the score Pine View's got in the end zone, 46-7 is the current score out there right now up in Cedar City. And I do believe, as far as time goes, they should be deep into the third by now.
Yeah, and continuous clock going to start running there as well in that second half. That might be the first game to finish tonight. So right now it is Hurricane up 7-0, Dixie leading 14-13. Pineview is cruising 46-7, and here just a one-possession game, 21-14 at the half, with Snow Canyon leading Desert Hills, but Desert Hills will get the ball to start the second half first. We're going to take another 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll talk second half adjustments and get you ready for the action here on your Region 9 network. Warriors by 7 inside our InfoWest halftime show.
There's a rush coming.
Let's rush best 9 plays from last week in Region 9. Number 1 better be good.
One-handed grab, and Luke Wright is going to score a touchdown on one of the better grabs you'll ever see in high school football.
Lawrence, are you going to do anything, or are you just going to sit there?
This is Henry Bouchard, Cape Girardeau, Missouri. I never found a customer base more in need of fine American-made sucking power than I found up and down the Wasatch Front in the mid-1980s.
There's one thing coaches love, it's media guys telling them how good or bad their team is.
My pick for the 4A state championship this year when it comes to football is the Stansbury Stallions.
Give me a break. This isn't a contest about who can shovel the most corn silage. I like Pine View.
The census, a special time when we count every person in each home in every neighborhood.
Do kids count?
Of course. Counting everyone in your home helps support your neighborhood by funding things like schools, hospitals, and buses. Complete the census by calling or going online, or return your form by mail.
It's easy, secure, and most important, it's totally private.
Make your family count!
This year, make sure every child counts. Visit 2020census.gov.
There is a place where the desert comes alive, where rain breaks forth from solid stone and gardens spring from blistered rock. There is a place with enough color to make a rainbow jealous, where boulders are bigger than buildings and cliffs are higher than clouds. There is a place that will straighten your step, tighten your grip, widen your eyes, and open your jaw. There is a place.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to Desert Hills High School homecoming. Both teams getting the clock stopped with 1 minute to go. They got to kind of clear the field and give them the mandatory warm-up time. Devin Dixon, Rustin Burnside, hanging out on Friday night. Now under the lights, temperatures cooling off into the mid-80s. Kickoff temperature was about 98, 99 today. For Southern Utah standards, not too bad for some football mid-September.
Oh, no, absolutely. I will take that in a heartbeat. I mean, when we had those first couple games earlier in the season, Double D, and we were out doing Region 9 Live in the beaten sun, this is football weather.
Let's go back to our Camping World keys to the game here. Final thoughts inside our InfoWest halftime report and talk about how things went for each respective team in that department and what are your adjustments for both teams in the second half?
Well, I mean, when we look at some of those keys to the game for Snow Canyon, one of the things that they had to do all night long was run the football effectively to kind of set up that run play action. And honestly, they've ran the football effectively, but it really hasn't led into any play action situations. We know Stone has been incredibly effective. Morris has been effective when he's touched the football. The running game for Snow Canyon is absolutely moving along. And later on in this game with Landon Fry, maybe a little more play action passing, a little more fakes here and there could really get things rolling for this Warriors offense. And then, of course, when we go look at Desert Hills, and one of their biggest keys of the game was they had to score in the red zone. And in fact, both of Desert Hills' scores so far, Fui had that one run into the end zone that definitely checks that box. And then he had the deep strike to Crandall, and they were just barely outside the red zone. So when Desert Hills has been in Snow Canyon territory, they have capitalized every single time, and they're going to have to keep that pretty close to perfect to get away with a win right here.
Good analysis there from Rustin Burnside. Thanks to our halftime sponsors, InfoWest, the internet people. Check them out, infowest.com. So much to offer. High-speed internet service, television service. They offer television, tech support. You talk to a local, actual resident of St. George, which is always great, but you hardly ever need their tech support. But at least it's somebody local. You get it all at infowest.com, plus much, much more. And Wilkinson's for bringing our halftime stats. Again, 99 passing yards for Desert Hills, 45 for Snow Canyon. But the rushing yards advantage Snow Canyon, 138 to 49. So you see Snow Canyon trying to run it. Desert Hills trying to throw it a little bit more. And we'll see what gives in half number 2 as the Thunder will receive the second half kickoff.
Yeah, and the Thunder were patient with their running game. They continually went back to forward, even had Fui try a couple draw plays here and there. But their yardage situations, you're about 2 yards, maybe 1.5 yards per carry, where we saw Snow Canyon, you're about 10 yards per carry. So, but neither team's really given up on that run game. Snow Canyon's is just about 10 times as more effective at the moment.
Warriors to kick off. And foot into it. Whitworth kicks it into the end zone for the touchback. They enforced the extra dead ball penalty on that kickoff. They don't onside it, but easy touchback there. And Noah Fuatololo and the Thunder offense are going to set up shop at their own 20-yard line, down by 7. Second half play-by-play brought to you by Sand Hollow Golf Course, 27 championship holes. I'm going to play it tomorrow, 11:30 tee time. Got my son and a buddy of mine and his son. We're going to go tee it up at Sand Hollow Resort. Call for tee times, 435-656-GOLF. Got overnight stays in the villas right there by the lake. A little mini Wii course where you can do a little par 3 challenge. Get it all with the Rock Bowl concert lineup, sandhollowresorts.com. First play, Zach Ford, quick hitter, and a gain of 3 out to the, give him almost 4 to the 24.
And you got to give a lot of credit right there to Zach Ford. Almost every carry, he's had to earn every yard that he's gotten. Snow Canyon's made it incredibly tough, but they continue to run the football, and he continues to pick up yards. And here they're going to go back to him again. Faked a quick little pass out to the right, ended up giving the ball to Ford, and he'll punch forward for a couple more yards, making this third down a lot more manageable. Should be about 3rd and 4 coming up, 3rd and 3.
Dixie now leading 21-13, and a personal foul face mask going to be called against Snow Canyon, so that's going to give Desert Hills first down yardage. That was Freddie's first down on the penalty flag. Fuel it up, wash it down. You and your car always feeling fabulous. They got their unlimited monthly car wash club. Get all the details. I think it's $25 a month. You can wash your car every day if you want to. At 2 Southern Utah locations, North Bluff, River Road, Fabulous Freddy's. Fuitololo going quick hitter to Turnbow. Braxton catches it to midfield, still going, and grabbed by Fry. That's Hayden Fry, and he drags him down at the 49.
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong here, but that's Braxton Turnbow's first catch of the ball game, second catch of the ball game, and it's good to see him get involved in this offense.
Yeah, both Turnbows. Braxton had 1 for 4. Austin had 1 for 11. And a fumble. Fuitololo goes and gets it. Ofui could have had that kicked around, but he was able to jump back on top of it. But instead of 2nd and inches, now you're 3rd and a long 2.
Yeah, that's a really tough play. In fact, most of the times throughout this ball game, when number 41 has checked into the ball game, is that Sorley?
It was Worley, yeah.
Worley?
Number 41, Worley.
He's kind of had some tough sledding so far.
Fuitololo puts Lusk in motion. Give it to Worley going left. Now he cuts back right, tries the middle, and he stood up right near the line of scrimmage. And I don't think he got it. I think he's going to be shy. It's going to be 4th down. Fuitololo is saying, hey, inches. They're in Warrior territory. You're down 7. I think you probably don't hesitate here. You're 1-5. You're 0-2 in region play. You lost to Pine View. You lost last week to Dixie. You're in this game. I think you roll the dice here, and there's no hesitation. Coach Murdoch's going for it. Twins to either side. Crandall and Lust to the near side. Olsen in the slot, and they sneak it quickly with Fuitololo, and Fui's got the first down. Needed inches, got about 3 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of credit goes to Desert Hills and that offensive line getting set up right here. Going through the center, he plunges forward. But, I mean, I don't feel like Snow Canyon's defensive line was even set before Desert Hills got where they wanted to go. So, quick recognition to snap the ball when he did from Fui.
And that's good communication between Chance Richens, the center,
yeah,
and Fui there. Luckily, everybody had gotten set. Now, Fake it. RPO tipped and incomplete. Hickman, who else? Braxton Hickman snatching it out of the air. And he had a man open, but Hickman just so tall there, deflecting that pass.
You get a good look at it right here. He's just going to, well, basically he pulled off his blocker for just a split second, sensing the pass, steps back and bats it down. Great football IQ play.
Fuitololo moving Olsen to a trips formation to the short side of the field. Ball spotted on the right hash near sideline. Fuitololo underneath, almost intercepted. And it'll fall incomplete.
Jimenez with the deflection.
That's the first time they've looked Jaden Jimenez's way tonight. It was the first time he was targeted. Had no catches last week against Hurricane. And that time when they do end up in his direction, ball falls to the turf.
Yeah, that's Jimenez, the linebacker there, that deflected that pass. And now the penalty goes on Desert. What was the penalty, Burns? I didn't see the referee's signal there. It's going to be second down. Was there movement? Did they blow that play dead? Was it a false start signal?
It would have had to have been. That's all I can think of right now.
Second down and 15. And now they're still sorting out maybe the spot here. High school football brought to you by Nets on Fire. On the Nets on Fire clock, 9:34 left, third quarter, 21-14. On the one-law scoreboard, One Law, your dedicated personal injury attorneys.
And it's situations like this right here where the defense has to be a little extra cautious, because when the game slows down, when teams have the ability to kind of create and talk about exactly what they want to do, the execution always seems to be there on the play after. Interested to see what Desert Hills pulls up right here.
So 3rd and 10, they spot it back at the original line of scrimmage, and it's 3rd and 10, so they moved it back 5 into Snow Canyon territory. They declined the penalty then. Give to Ford, running wide. Ford wrapped up. Ford goes down. He's going to lose 3 yards, maybe 4.
It's Brenton Childs. Of course, we talk about Childs a lot. We talk about the Snow Canyon defense a lot. But look at this. It's a one-on-one solo opportunity. Ford, for a minute, thinks he might slip away. Just raw power pulling Ford back into his arms and bringing him to the turf. That's a man's play right there. Fantastic effort from Brenton Childs.
5.5 tackles. He leads this Warrior team. He had 4.5 at the break. And now they're going to punt this and try to pin the Warriors deep, play a little field position after the drive looked pretty promising, and it stalls out. Good snap this time to Bentley. They had that one go over his head in the first half. And a pretty good kick that's going to take a sideways bounce and actually land at the 25-yard line. Not a very friendly roll for Hunter Bentley on that kick.
No, it really wasn't. Now, I mean, Snow Canyon's going to come back out right here with an opportunity to try to increase this lead. But one thing with Desert Hills on that last possession, you didn't get into Snow Canyon territory, but you did chew up a big chunk of the clock. I'd say there's a lot of things that you saw there that were things that you can work on and build towards on your next drive. I wouldn't say it was a complete waste.
Defense, Trey Levitt, left side cornerback. Henry Lusk on the right side. You got Stokes, Nunley, and Turnbow coming up as another linebacker here. Mortensen and Braxton Turnbow, the safeties right now. Playing Austin Turnbow at that backer position. Wilkins is the other linebacker. You got Richens and Tangren and those guys. And now it's a double pass. Stone's going to fake, run, and now set up and throw it downfield, and it's going to be pass interference on Trey Levitt. Flag thrown, and that's going to be a 15-yarder. You'll trade 15 yards because it's not a spot foul.
Right.
And they've been throwing that backward pass all night, maybe to set up this.
Well, I'll tell you what, Stone's toss was definitely a wounded duck, but Levitt never got his head around, and as the receiver turned back to locate the football, he just plowed right through him.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a clear pass interference call, but you like Snow Canyon pulling out a little bit of a trick play. That's their first time they've attempted the double pass tonight, because Desert Hills has done so previously in the first half.
2x2 pistol, Fry and Stone in the backfield. Give it to Stone. Stone Jump cut to the outside, and he is going to be tackled for a gain of about 2 as he fell forward. But you'll give Bretton Stone 2 because he's a threat to break it on every single run.
Yeah, absolutely. You're happy with that result. For a minute, he was supposed to go between the tackle until a Desert Hills defender turned him around. He saw Cy Nunley sitting there in that hole, decided to jump it back to the outside, and by that time the Thunder defense had recognized, adapted, and brought down the ball carrier.
Pineview leading 53-7 over Canyon View. Continuous clock in effect up in Iron County.
Yeah, that's a big score dessert.
Yeah, yep. Dixie's already got 21 points. We've got Snowcan with 21 points. Looking like we're going to get it. Oh, fumble. And Fry has to get it. He can't. It pops out again, and then a teammate recovers it. That was Tide Morris that jumped on that loose football. They're going to lose about, 7, 8, 9 yards, it looks like.
And it looked like he was ready for it, just kind of went through his hands. I don't know if it was much of a miscommunication as it was him just bobbling the snap. And, of course, Desert Hills has one turnover on their end, the interception off that double pass. And now Snow Canyon avoiding their first of the ball game. Other than that, we've seen a very, very clean football game as far as turnovers go.
Jordan Wade to the near side with Mendenhall. Again, a 2x2. And then you got Hill and Hickman. And Stone out of the backfield. Fry stays in the pocket, looking to take a shot. Nothing there. Rolls to the right. Pressured by Nunley. And he is going to go and evade a sack. But Nunley won't let go. And Nunley drags him down at the 15. One hand stays on Fry. And now a penalty flag. 2 Warriors just tried to hit a Thunder player. That's Nunley. And now another flag flies. And flag fest here at the end of that sack. Fry ends up losing 10, 20, 21 yards, I think. And another flag. That's 4 separate flags, folks. I don't know how they're going to sort this out.
I don't want to jump to conclusions, but it almost seemed like on the tail end of that play, we could be facing I don't want to see any player be ejected, but there was definitely some intense contact at the end there.
Well, Fry stayed in the pocket as long as he could.
For quite some time.
And finally, Nunley's like spying him, and he comes, and just one arm on the shoulder, and he just won't let go, and finally drags Fry down. And then I think Snow Canyon takes offense to a pile-on there, but I don't see anything. But then the push down late and then the retaliation late.
Yeah, it looked like when Nunley stood up, he pushed Fry back down to the turf, and Snow Canyon's offensive line didn't necessarily appreciate that.
And then later there's another flag, but it might have been something verbalized because I don't see any – I never saw any punches thrown or anything of that nature. But, yeah, Nunley gave him an extra shove. Snow Canyon took offense. Did they catch it both, or did they get the retaliation? And then after that, I don't know what the flags could be other than something verbal. Coach Murdoch's trying to clear his guys to the sideline, give the officials some room to sort this out. It's a 21-14 game right now, and Snow Canyon's going backwards on this drive, leading by 7 with 6:37 left on the Nets on Fire clock here in quarter number 3.
And this is just a massive testament to how impressive Desert Hills defense has been today. Now, I get Snow Canyon has 21 points up there on our one-loss scoreboard. Snow Canyon scores the football. But right now, Desert Hills has made everything the Warriors have done absolutely a chore. And this drive's no different. They continue to push them back, continue to move them back, and Snow Canyon's had to fight for everything they've been given tonight. And for Desert Hills, this is a very favorable situation after Cy Nunley breaks through and brings down the quarterback. And I thought Fry was going to get away for a second before he ended up breaking through.
Yeah, they're just going to offset. The penalties are just going to offset. So they're just going to mark it where Fry ended up getting sacked at. It's going to be 4th down, and Snow Canyon's going to have to punt the football to Desert Hills, and they should get really good field position. And Cy Nunley, leading tackler on this team coming in tonight, continues to make plays. High school football brought to you by Appliance Wholesalers Plus. It's easier than you think to buy direct and save it. Appliance Wholesalers Plus. The #1 playmakers in the appliance business. Across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart. Washers, dryers, great selection. They got the slate. They got a great selection. GE, Samsung. Shane and Jesse, the guys do an unbelievable job. Homeowners, you're welcome. Public, and they're open till noon on Saturday, I think. So if you're looking for something tomorrow,
10 to 3 on Saturday.
10 to 3 on Saturday. Head on over there to AWP.
And Snow Canyon's gonna have to be careful right here. These punts are the most dangerous type. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out. Last week, their opponent, Hurricane, had one of these punts sail over the head of the punter, ended up in a safety. And so right now for the Warriors, you do have to be incredibly cautious. Wouldn't surprise me if the Thunder do bring a little bit of heat or they punt out of their own end zone.
Wentworth standing 7 yards deep in the end zone. Lusk is back at about the 48 of Snow Canyon. Snap is good. They go for it. Kick is high, and it's going to land at about the 35, and it's going to take a pretty good hop out to midfield. Just shy of midfield. And 48-yard line of Snow Canyon is where Noah Foytololo and the Thunder offense will set up shop here in the third quarter.
Now, of course, their first drive was somewhat of a mess. A lot of penalty flags on the ground, a couple good plays here and there. They really tried to get Zach Ford going on the ground. Here's an opportunity right now to continue to work on that offense. I don't know if we see Fui attempt more passes. They seem pretty content on trying to get that run game to work with Zach Ford. But very interesting, 6 minutes, 19 seconds here in the third. It's giddy up and go time. And if not, we're certainly getting close to it.
Fui is 8 out of 12, 111 yards and 1 touchdown through the air and another one rushing. He's got Ford, sidecar left, trips to the top side of the field. And Fui looking left, taking a shot, going down the sideline, and it's over his head, over everybody's head, incomplete.
That might be the first pass tonight that I've seen Fui make that just wasn't really there. Everything else has been relatively close or in the vicinity, and that one didn't have much of a chance. But you like the idea of taking a shot on first down and going for a big play.
Braxton Hickman now leads the Warrior defense. 5 solo tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 7 total tackles. Childs has 6. Isaac Lees has 4. Back to work. Give it to Zach Ford. Little crease, and he quickly goes through it. The ball hits the ground, pops out. They mark him down at the 40. And no fumble ruled, and it's going to be 3rd and 2.
And that's why they continue to go to Zach Ford. I know all of his runs haven't been massive gains, but he consistently gets you yards at a rather impressive clip.
And Olsen recovered that fumble. Had it been ruled a fumble, it would have given them the first down, but it was clearly bouncing down where it popped the ball out. And the line judge, quickly pointing to the ground. So 3rd and 2. 5:36 to go in the third quarter. Snow Canyon leading 21-14. Ford, first down yardage. Barely got 2. And that'll move the chains. The Fabulous Freddies.
First down. And I like this. I mean, Desert Hills has done a fantastic job this third quarter of just taking things at their own pace, right? So they're in no hurry to give Snow Canyon the ball back, that's for sure. You don't want an offense that dangerous to have more possessions than they actually need. But it's a steady mix. You got a pass here, a run here, consecutive runs. I just really enjoy what Desert Hills is doing on the offensive end.
Crandall and Lusk twins to the near side, 2-by-2. Lusk goes motion, and they fake it to him, give it to Ford. Ford has it inside the 30 to the 29. That's a gain of 8.
And he's really starting to heat up. Of course, when we looked at the first half stats, he only had about 26 yards. He might be right around doubling that so far here in the third quarter.
14 carries, 47 yards for Zach Ford. But his average was 2.8 at the half. He's taking that up to about 3.3, 3.4. So they've got a little bit more of a lane for him to run through right now. Snap, give it to Ford again. Ford's going to have the first down inside the 25 down to the 23. You know, Zach Ford and Noah Foytololo have played together since, I think, 3rd grade, if I'm not mistaken. There might have been 1 year of youth football they did not play together on the same team, when maybe Desert Hills had 2 teams or something that year. But I'm pretty sure they played together for probably 7-8 years. And you can tell they've got pretty good chemistry in the backfield. Now they put it to Lusk on an end around. He's going to bend it outside, and he's going to be swallowed up, and he's going to lose yardage. That play went nowhere. The speed. And that's Hayden Fry on that right side DM position, just saying, not getting outside of me.
And for both defenses, this can be true tonight. Anything on the outsides hasn't worked, whether that's Snow Canyon trying a quick little dump off to the running back, Desert Hills right there going for a big play. It is nothing on the outsides worked. Both these defenses has contained the corners incredibly well tonight, and it shows on that last play.
2nd down and 14. They're going to run it to Ford. Ford is going to be hit and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage before he is swallowed up. And that is Jimenez, I think they got there first, making that tackle for the Warriors defense.
And not a lot
Was
of
he
room
coming
there.
on that left side on a blitz, or is he just keeping outside contain? Yeah, it was actually Brenton Childs that got there first. Excuse me. Childs now ties the team high in tackles with Hickman. They both got 7.
Both two absolute defensive studs for the Snow Canyon squad. And now the drive stalled a little bit. You're in Snow Canyon territory. Big play coming up.
They'll go over the middle, and Turnbow dropped it. Braxton Turnbow drops it.
Yeah.
And now penalty flags fly, and maybe a late hit on Turnbow there. I think maybe Tanu'u or Jimenez thought he caught it and hit him, and it was incomplete. So the hit comes late. He drops it, and boom, they hit him anyway. And then the flag comes in from the side judge.
And that ball was out of Turnbow's arms, already rolling on the turf before Jimenez basically laid that hit down. It's the right call by the officials. And for Snow Canyon, your defense is already a little fatigued on this drive. Desert Hills has absolutely been kind of milking things, moving it down slowly. You're already a little tired, and you just extend it when they're already in a tough third down situation.
You know, as a linebacker, you come downhill, you charge that play hard.
Yeah.
You know, out of the peripheral, did he see it be dropped? Maybe, maybe not. And they're going to spot this as a 15-yarder on unnecessary roughness late hit on Snow Canyon. You know, you'll look at that on film later and you go, I still want my linebacker to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe just let up a little bit, kind of where he kept coming so hard. That made it a little bit easier call for the official there. Now they give it to Nunley. Nunley getting some carries. Had one in the first half for 5 yards. It's the second carry of the game, and that's going to be a first down. And then a flag goes sky high out of the umpire's hand, 20 feet up. And then there's some taunting, I think, there by Tanu'u. I think that's what they're going to get, Bernsey, if I had to guess. It's getting a little chippy out there. These two teams, physical, tight game. They know what's at stake. Desert Hills is hungry. They've lost their first 2. Snow Canyon comes in after Ridgeline lost last night, the number 2 team in the RPI. They're undefeated, 4-0.
Well, and for the Warriors, this is the first opposition they've faced. This is the tightest game they've been in all year, bar none. So for them right now, these are unique circumstances for this group of guys. And right now they're kind of showing that this is a relatively new experience with some of the mental lapses that they've made.
Handoff, and that is blown up in the backfield. And Wesley Tanu'u made up for the penalty by coming in there, shooting from his backer position and blowing a play up. Ford had nowhere to go.
No, absolutely nowhere. And he actually made that tackle while falling to the ground. Great athletic effort.
He's fired up, Tanu'u. Kind of got him in trouble on the penalty, though. Just a little extra celebration. Now, Fui going to throw. Now he's going to tuck. He's going to run. Now he's going to throw again, and he's got a man in the end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown on the far sideline by Austin Turnbow, and we're a PAT away from tie game here at Desert Hills High School.
And the key to the game, Double D, was Desert Hills converting in the red zone. They have done so twice now after being there twice. They failed to do so against Dixie. They're doing it against Snow Canyon. That ball looked low. Doesn't matter. Turnbow with the great scoop and score.
What was that, about a 5-yard touchdown pass?
Yeah.
Austin Turnbow, TD reception from Noah Fuitalolo, and here is the snap, the hold, and the kick is up. Brought to you by Simply Wisdom Teeth, and it is good. And we'll take the break, catch our breath. 2:24 left in the third quarter, tied at 21. Warriors and Thunder on the one-loss scoreboard.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Back live, Desert Hills High School, Sullivan Homes Game of the Week, and we're closing in on the Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert, 21-21. And after the game, if we get over 25, everybody can go first 5 ounces free. Bernsey, you and I should maybe get over there tonight, huh?
Maybe. I mean, this is the type of night you celebrate with football and yogurt, frozen yogurt.
Kickoff is returnable, but Hickman bobbles it at the 10. Now he's going to come wide left, and he's going to be tackled at the 12. And a tackle made by, I think, Crandall, and his helmet comes off.
And he has had a game not only.
Homecoming king right there.
That's a homecoming king, and Hickman wound up, mind you. He's pushed some guys around tonight. He had that stiff arm ready to go, and Crandall ran right through it to bring him down. Big play. Great concentration from Crandall, who's been spectacular in multiple aspects tonight.
So 2:19 left in the third. We are all knotted up. You know, Desert Hills was kind of licking their wounds coming in, but this has been their best game of the season, regardless of the outcome. Coach Murdoch has to be pleased with the effort on both sides of the ball. Fuitzololo's thrown 2, ran another one in, and now Landon Fry has got to try to march this team down 90 yards. Well, 89. 88. They're going to spot it at the 12 officially here. They're going to give it to Bretton Stone, and now they're going to pull it out. And Fry's going to keep it one-on-one with Turnbow, juking Turnbow. Now juking back to the outside, fighting for more yardage, and he's going to get about an 8-yard gain. How about the stutter step, not once but twice, by the senior quarterback, Landon Fry?
Yeah, we get a good look at it right here, courtesy of CEC TV. He puts Braxton Turnbow in somewhat of a spin cycle. Goes to the right, goes to the left, back to the right. Turnbow goes down to one knee, and he pushes forward for a couple more yards. Big play.
Most exciting 8-yard run of the night there by Landon Fry. Such a good kid. He's worked so hard, multi-sport star for the Snow Canyon Warriors. And 138 and ticking. Now he's out of the pistol. Got trips to the near side. Fry going to throw it to Stone. Stone has it. It's going to be a rush, and he's going to be hit late. Is there going to be a flag? Now there's extracurricular between Turnbow and no flags. That's rare. We've seen a lot of flags tonight.
I was waiting for it.
Well, Desert Hill's kind of a little bit late jumping on once Stone initially went down.
Oh.
And Wilkins is going to get credit for the tackle.
Great shoestring tackle there. And you can see Stone going off the field. He slammed his helmet on the turf. He's not happy. And all night long, that corner stuff has been contained. It hasn't worked for either team, and we see it once again setting up a third down now for Snow Canyon because they continue to try to go to the outside. All the yardage tonight, at least from the ground game, has become between the tackles and guards.
All tied up, 3rd and 4. Hand off to Tide Morrison. He's not going to get it. 4th down. Shooting in there was Turnbow and Bundy, I believe, and that is going to force the punt unit on for Snow Canyon. And Desert Hills seemingly grabbing this momentum here in the 3rd quarter.
Desert Hills has something for the first time this year that they haven't had since that Week 1 win against Murray. They have confidence. I mean, right now, this Thunder squad, this defense in particular, feels like they can go and compete. And for Snow Canyon, this is the first time they've been challenged. It's a new situation. They've kind of waltzed through the first 4 games, and now I want to see how they react with their back against the wall.
They come with pressure again, but it's going to be returnable by Lusk. Lusk going to grab it, going to go wide, and he's going to get a yard return, and that is it. Great coverage downfield by Orlati, Jacob Orlati. And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. We're tied. Don't go anywhere on CEC TV, 97.7 ESPN, or on the live stream. 4th quarter coming up on the one-loss scoreboard. Snow Canyon 21, Desert Hills 21. We'll be right back.
All right, Lawrence, bring it in.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to pancake McKeever.
Okay.
You go to the right hard.
Go to the right.
Full speed.
Yes, full speed.
Don't go full speed in rehearsal.
Yes.
Our ratings are never going to go up.
Okay, let's put these little babies to bed.
Ready?
Break.
Hey, Brent, when we're done, you can go back to playing Pokemon with those nerds you hang out with at Snow Canyon.
Ha ha ha, ha ha. Ready. Down. Hot, hot.
Oh. And we're back. They had a little, what do you call that? This little dust, smoke bomb, what do you call that? The student section getting rowdy here at D Heels. Great student body section, all camoed out for Snow Canyon. Crosstown rivals duking it out. We haven't settled anything here to start the fourth quarter. If you're just tuning in, Bretton Stone scored a couple early touchdowns. Hickman added a third, but Fuatololo has been part of all three, 2 passing to Turnbow and Crandall and 1 rushing. And now Fuatololo is back to work, taking a shot one-on-one behind the defense, over the outstretched intended receiver's hands, incomplete. And it looked like Austin Turnbow had a half a step, maybe a full step on Will Warner.
Yeah, and that is literally maybe 1 second away from being a big, big completion. A lot of credit there goes to Snow Canyon and them getting in the backfield. It was Lorenzo Salele who was able to get back there and kind of force Noah to toss that up maybe a little earlier than he wanted to. Maybe he wasn't fully comfortable with the position he was at before he was forced to toss it.
But you like Desert Hills play calling a lot better than last week against Dixie. They have taken shots, and that one almost paid dividends. Yard over the top. Now, zone read, give it to Ford. Little crease, and then shut down. But Ford, a $135, keeps his legs pumping, and he gets 6.
Yeah, big play. In fact, all of his runs, I don't think he's had a run that's gone less than 4 yards here in this second half. He was averaging about 2 in the first. He's turned that up to about 3.5, 4 yards right now. Big, big runs from Ethan Ford, and it makes this third down a lot more easier to deal with.
7-7 Hurricane Crimson, 2:44 left in that game. We'll keep you posted. Fuatololo throws it, jump ball, incomplete. Brooks excellent on the coverage, and then a McKeever hit on Fuatololo, and Fuatololo might have drawn a roughing the passer there as he let go of that football. He throws it, and then, late shove there, kind of out of our screen. Esplin deflects the pass, sophomore DB. And now here comes a very busy Gene Van Orden, and McKeever is going to get called for roughing the passer. Let's look at the penalties in this game. And Snow Canyon now 11 for 124, I believe. 11 for 120. No, let's see. Yeah.
11 for 124?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because some of the spot holding calls, and I think that's where we're at. Ford run, and Tyden Morris helmet to helmet, and Ford goes down, and the flag comes in. I don't think that was an intentional helmet to helmet hit. I think they kind of just ran into each other, but I think Snow Canyon might have just got another penalty. Let's watch it again. He does come in with the crown down.
And that was
but I don't know if he hit him with the helmet, and Ford is slow to get up.
Ford originally got up on his feet, tried to walk off, and had to sit back down.
Yeah, some cobwebs there. This kid's tough, man. And that's sophomore on sophomore. He turns, and then there's Morris. It kind of hits him in the ribs. I don't think, but he led with the head, and that's what they're trying to take out. And there's big brother Ethan, who's only about 2 inches taller than Zach, checking on little bro. Dude, this Tyden Morris football player though, but you do need to be a little bit. And now they call the hold on Desert Hills. Oh, okay.
So that was the
hit was clean. He didn't get him helmet to helmet, but I thought maybe because he lowered the crown, they thought they saw live going fast helmet to helmet. This is a hold against Desert Hills. My mistake.
Well, with the flag taken away, you can give all credit on that hit to Morris.
Well, the flag came out right as the hit occurred, so I thought maybe the official thought it was helmet to helmet. But on the replay, it looked like he kind of got him more in the rib area or below the shoulder. Pass complete. Fui hits his man. And it's going to be down to the 45, inside the 45. And that's Cy Nunley that's playing a lot of offense and hasn't been until really this week. And he's got a couple rushes, and that's his first reception of this game. But after the hold now, still second down 15 in a tie game, 10:40 and ticking on the Nets on Fire clock. If you want to get your kids involved in the BYU and Friends team camp tomorrow, alumni coming to Nets on Fire, go to netsonfire.org tonight. Check out all the details. Get signed up right on the website. Coming up, we'll have the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show, and then Region 9 wrap-up show will be live here from Desert Hills. We're not done yet. Tie game. Worley, draw. And that's going to be positive yardage and a pickup of 7, maybe 8. Give him 8.
That's a big play right there for Worley. His best carry of the ball game. They put him in multiple different scenarios. Now he comes in and delivers, and does so really behind some great blocking up front for Desert Hills.
They got into Braxton Hickman. He still shed that block and helped Mendenhall tackle, but pretty good job to create that hole. And now you got third and manageable. Third down. Huitalolo going to take a shot down the middle, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by the Warriors. And Turnbow's going to come back and make the tackle, but interception made by Logan Mendenhall, and that stops the Thunder drive, and the Warriors still a little momentum away from the Thunder.
And I'll tell you what caused that interception. Fui has been so cautious with the football all night. That was big number 57 moving the entire offensive line back into Noah's face. He wasn't able to step into that throw. It was McKeever who ultimately allowed Noah to put up a really ill-timed pass, and now Snow Canyon has the football because of his efforts and because of Mendenhall coming down with it.
Did throw it far enough downfield, though, that, you know, the return, a nice tackle from the backside by the intended receiver, Turnbow, to keep them from a big interception return. So Snow Canyon will take over to 25.
And
that's the first mistake from Fui tonight. The other interception was a trick play thrown by Olsen, but two turnovers to 0 now. Advantage Snow Canyon in that department. Bretton Stone, zone read, give it to him, and he's going to get 2 yards. They have done a better job on Bretton Stone in the second half.
Yeah, they've really changed things around when it comes to actually stopping the ball carrier, and it looks like we have an injured Warrior down on the field at the moment. But they've really held Stone up in this second half. And on the other hand, Ford's actually got going. So the running game has been very pivotal for both these teams here tonight.
Injury timeout brought to you by Intermountain Sports Medicine. Of course, if you have a sports injury, you can go see the Intermountain Sports Medicine team. Dr. Millward, Dr. Grames, all the team down there. And, of course, they provide all the trainers for Region 9. Shout out to Mark Harris, Desert Hills, and DeJuan Shakespeare, Snow Canyon, taking care of their respective teams here in this contest this evening. A quick Hearst Ace Hardware scoreboard. There's 26 seconds left. Crimson Cliffs got a second-half score. It was 7-0 Hurricane led at the half. They're tied. It's 4th and 6. And it looks like Crimson and Hurricane could be headed to overtime. We'll wait and see. It's 24-13. Dixie is leading over Cedar on their homecoming game, and it is a 60-21 game in the fourth quarter. So Canyon View's got a couple of TDs. And Crimson's lining up for a game-winning field goal here. A chance to win it. It's 4th and 6. They're going to kick. We'll let you know. Here, it is 9:28 on the clock, tied 21 apiece on the one-loss scoreboard. Zone read, give it to Stone. Good head of steam, bounces outside, sheds a tackle, and it's going to be just shy of a first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Good effort there by Bretton Stone. Turnbow on the tackle. And Crimson just took a shot into the end zone. And there's 22 seconds left. We'll keep you posted. They didn't go for the field goal. Maybe there's a penalty here. And they'll try to kick it. Crimson homecoming tonight. Remember, that was the only win that Mustangs had last year, their inaugural season over Hurricane, and they got a chance maybe to win it here. Fry back to live action, handoff Stone, and I think the extra effort after the hit came in the backfield. That'll move the chains. That's a fabulous Freddy's first down.
Yeah, and Stones have been introduced to a new unique situation here in the second half. Instead of having a little bit of ability to wiggle around and get free and get loose, Desert Hills has really made things crowded, but he went from being more of a shifty back to more so putting his shoulder down, and he continues to move this Warriors team forward just in a different manner.
8:42 on the Nets on Fire clock. This is the Sullivan Homes Game of the Week. They build homes for you, your family just right. Sullivan-homes.com. Check them out. They'll fake it and give it to Mendenhall after the fake to Stone, and that's going to be near a 10-yard gain again for this Warriors offense as they're getting it out to the 45-yard line. Just short of the sticks. It looks like, they're going to mark it back where he went out of bounds. So it's going to be just shy, a 9-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Here comes the field goal unit for Crimson Cliffs, Bernsey. Crimson has driven the ball down on the Hurricane Tigers. Looks like it's going to be about a 27-yard field goal. We'll keep you posted on that game. Warriors tied here with the Thunder. Fry, quarterback draw, runs it, first down and more. He's going to get a nice gain down to the Desert Hills 46, and that's a pickup of about 6.
Really, we've only seen Fry take off maybe 3 times tonight or so, and right there, we talk about how he's been using his legs a lot more. There was no doubt in his mind he was going to run this football as soon as that snap came back. That was the play call. Takes advantage of it, goes up the left side behind some steady blocking, and picks up a first down. And that's the thing. Fry doesn't always look to run. He's not a scrambling type quarterback, but he knows exactly when it's the right opportunity to get outside the pocket and pick up crucial yardage.
Yeah, 5 carries for 13 yards for Fry. And now another run by the Warriors is near the sideline. Hit comes in. And it's going to be a pickup of 4.
Clock still ticking over there on our Nets on Fire. Clock 7 minutes 41 seconds remaining in the 4th. And I mean, if you're Desert Hills, obviously Snow Canyon's moving downfield at a rather slow pace compared to what they normally do offensively. But still, get a defensive stop, you're just fine. Even if the Warriors end up scoring, there's still a good chunk of time left in this ball game.
7:20 and ticking. Warriors second down and 6. Give it to Stone. Stone got it back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it. So Crimson Cliffs has a 25-yard field goal to win it. It's up and through, and the Mustangs notch their second win on homecoming as the final score was 10-7. 10-7. Crimson Cliffs has won it. How about that win for Crimson Cliffs? And Jace, our guest predictor every week on our Region 9 live show, had Crimson. He had Pineview. He picked Dixie. And Dixie's up 24-13 in the 4th quarter. And he's got, who did he pick in this game? Snow Canyon.
Snow Canyon.
Cedar and Dixie battling out over there at Dixie High School. But Cedar's in the red zone. So we'll keep you posted on that. Timeout on the field. There's an injured Warrior, Intermountain Sports Medicine. Injury timeout over there. Timeout's also brought to you by the Scott Gibson team at Intercap Lending. They don't match the rates or fees. See how much the Scott Gibson team can save you today on your next home purchase or refinance. Call or text 435-619-8080. 1:16 left in the Dixie game, Bernsey. And Cedar has burned a timeout. They're down after the score, 24-19. I think they went for 2, didn't get it if I'm not mistaken. So it's a 1-possession game. Dixie has the ball. Cedar's burning timeouts. We'll keep you posted. We've got some close ones tonight. We've seen some, as I always say, expect the unexpected. A lot of people thought Snow Canyon could waltz in here and maybe win handily. That's not been the case. We're tied at 21. Dixie Cedar's going down to the final seconds. Crimson just got a game-winning field goal. The only lopsided game is Pineview just absolutely routing Canyon View tonight. I think it was like 67-21, the final score, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and I think Pineview's up to 67.
67?
Yeah.
67. Wow. 3rd down. Tied at 21. Landon Fry, senior quarterback. Nunley coming on the blitz. They pick it up initially, gets it to Stone. Turnbow, though, was there for the hit. There's a flag in the backfield. Did Fry get hit late?
I didn't see Fry go to the turf. I was focused on Stone, but either he got hit late or one of his linemen was holding.
Oh, there was a little tug by the right tackle there. And incomplete pass to Stone. It's a personal foul, roughing the passer call against Desert Hills. That is a costly penalty. You know, Snow Canyon has been the more penalized team tonight, but that one, a costly one by the Thunder.
Yeah, we talked about Snow Canyon's defense making some tough or some questionable decisions, and now Desert Hills is going to be the one who's put under that spotlight.
You know, Buckaway's coming hard, and he just needed to kind of lay off once Fry had backpedaled and let that ball go. It would have been 4th and probably 7.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it was, 6.5, 7. And now it's 1st and 10. And Snow Canyon's knocking on the Team D Auto Sales red zone. Fry looking, quick hit pass backwards, but caught. He's going to rush for Stone, and Stone's going to turn it up the sideline. And he fumbles the football, and Desert Hills recovers it. Did he step out of bounds, though?
They didn't blow that play dead.
Desert Hills fumble recovery, they say Thunder ball. Stone was extra effort, and then the last hit came. I thought maybe he ran out of real estate earlier in that run, but the Thunder have forced their first turnover of the game. He turns up the sideline. You can't tell from that angle, but Trey Levitt stripped it, and Braxton Turnbow recovered it. Trey Levitt forces that fumble. Braxton Turnbow recovers it, and now Desert Hills has 6:36 on the clock, and they've got a huge turnover, their first of the night.
And they have tried to get that going all night long. When it finally looks like Stone's going to create a little bit of room due to his own efforts, he puts the ball on the turf. And now it's up to Snow Canyon, the #1 defense in 4A right now, to hold strong against this Thunder squad.
Inside run to Ford, and Ford finds a little crease out to the 20, a gain of 6. High school football brought to you by Sand Hollow Golf Course and by Sports Clips. No appointments necessary. Walk-ins always welcome. Ask for the MVP treatment, haircut, steam towel, massage, shampoo. Sports Clips. It's good to be a guy. All knotted up, 21-21. We're still looking for that Holbrook asphalt big score dessert. But if you Pineview got it for everybody, that Pineview game. We're hoping to send all the Thunder and the Warriors. Now a fumble the other way. Ford lost it. Snow Canyon recovers it. So they give it right back, and Snow Canyon has the ball. Wesley Tawanuu, but was he down? Was he ruled down first?
I think he is.
They are saying it is third down. I got to see this again, Bernsey. I thought I saw that ball come out, but it was close. Ford, nice little run, hit comes, and the ball's out.
Yeah, that's
the
well
ball's
out.
Logan Mendenhall with the shoulder went right through the ball, and the ball came out before Ford hit the turf. But hard to see that. That was a bang-bang play. Slow-mo look here. And the ball is out there.
That's a fumble.
That's a fumble. And now
it's really a fumble.
And now the penalties fly. Thunder fans are upset. This game is physical, chippy. Region 9 brawl, baby. And now we've got to sort things out again. The officials tonight have been really busy. Gene Van Orden, Paul Bittman, Gavin Larkin, Donald Hewlett, Jared Youngman, Jason Estridge. They've done a nice job. And momentum was stopped, and then the strip came, and then the flags fly. Once momentum was stopped, are they going to call a late hit on Hickman here?
On Hickman or Mendenhall? They had Ford stood up, play was blown dead, and Mendenhall shoved Ford back down to the ground. Chances are very, very heavy this is going against Snow Canyon.
Dude, I'm impressed with Ford's toughness. Guys, he's a $135. He's taking shots.
He's taking a lot of big shots. He had that big hit from Tyden Morris that kind of sat him down on the ground for a second.
They've been giving that to Ford, and it's been working, so it's hard not to keep giving to him. But once or twice, you need to see Fui pull it out. You know, he's 6'3", 205. He can finish off a run too. But those defensive ends, Hickman and Fry, it's tough to get outside. They're so disciplined. There hasn't been a lot of opportunities for Noah. They called there was a false start to start that play, so there is no extracurricular late hits or anything of that nature, and it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. It's going to be first and 10. So negate the 5-6-yard gain. Looks like it never happened.
Yep. Play ball.
Fuitsalolo looking underneath the Turnbow. Austin Turnbow fighting for yardage, dives out across the 32 to probably the 33, nearly the 34. And it'll be second down and 2.
I really like what Turnbow did there. He had the football secure all the way till the very end when he spins and reaches out for a little extra yardage. It's just smart ball security and understanding when it's the proper time to try to extend it for a little bit more.
Fuitsalolo, Ford to his right. And they'll give it to Ford. He'll bounce outside. He'll find a little crease. First down, and Zach Ford running hard. That's a 7-8 yard gain, and that's another fabulous Freddy's.
First down for Zach Ford. And let's check it out right here. Thank you, CEC TV. I'm so glad we have these camera angles in this intense game. He had to outrun maybe about 3 Snow Canyon Warriors to even break it to the outside. He's been running hard, and it's been a completely different half for him here. He's been effective. The Thunder have relied on him heavily, especially here in this fourth.
Another tackle by Mendenhall, another pass, same play, and that's another completion for Fuatulolo. Hickman's got 9 tackles. Child's got 7. Isaac Lees has 5. Morris and Jimenez and Tananu'u have 4 each to lead the defense. Fuatulolo is 12 for 21 for 138 yards and 2 passing touchdowns. He's also rushed for that 3rd touchdown.
And for a good majority of the night, he's played smart football. He did have that 1 interception that was picked off by Mendenhall, but he's been clean, he's been smart, and he's got to keep that up.
They'll give it again, and it's Cy Nunley running hard, and Nunley keep pushing, and that's another first down. On 2nd down and 4, he got almost 8. I like seeing Nunley run the ball. It gives you another, they're down. Ashby's out. You've also got Ethan Ford out, so you're down to Ford, Alton, Worley, and Nunley, and they've all had some reps tonight.
And Nunley's that type of ball carrier
the bruiser.
right there. He is the bruiser. And we saw Mendenhall put his shoulder down to try to bring him down. If you're not wrapping up and you don't got arms around Cy Nunley, he's going to pick up a couple more yards, as we just witnessed.
And by keeping this on the ground and moving the chains, Desert Hills has milked the clock. They took over just under 7 minutes on the clock. They've already used 2 minutes and some change. Now a false start is going to back them up. Penalties. Check the penalties right now. 11 for 124 for Snow Canyon. 10 for 95 for Desert Hills, I believe. 4:05 left in regulation. We're tied 21-21 on the 1-loss scoreboard. Fui out of the gun. Nunley stays in to his left. They give it to Nunley. Nothing there. As he is thrown back by Fry, McKeever, Erickson, Zoe. I mean, the whole D-line just in the backfield on that play. They try to pull the guard. And that just, Isaac Lees was there as well.
And I love watching Lees fight. He's literally looking up, reaching over the head of the lineman in front of him, trying to make that tackle.
3rd down and 12 after the 2-yard loss. Fuatulolo's going to throw. Looking, pressure comes, and Fui is going to be sacked. Hickman, McKeever with the sack inside the 35-yard line. 4th down, Desert Hill's going to have to punt. And Snow Canyon's going to have plenty of time left in a tie ball game.
Now watch Braxton Hickman here. It's almost as if he acts like he's going to jump. He almost stumbles, and it works out for him. It allows him to separate from his blocker, and he's able to get to Fui as he goes to the outside, and McKeever cleans it up in a big way.
I mean, college scouts are going to see the motor on Braxton Hickman.
Yeah.
This kid's a next level. There's a number of next-level players on both teams tonight. So Bentley, they did have one problem with one punt that went over his head. He was able to go get it and kick it. This snap is good. The punt is away, and a pretty good kick. Stone's going to grab it inside the 30 at the 26. He's hit immediately.
That's Braxton Turnbow.
Turnbow and Crandall have been great on special teams tonight.
Wow.
No return.
Big hit. Stone didn't even have time to set back the other direction. He was still backpedaling when Turnbow laid into him right there. And Turnbow's he's been there in the offense, 2 catches on the night, no major yardage, but he has made his mark on defense everywhere else. Yes, 100%.
Well, but by getting Braxton back, remember he missed 3 weeks.
Yeah.
He got hurt in the high ankle sprain, didn't come back till region, but that allows them to use Mortensen and put Austin Turnbow up at safety, leave Braxton at the other safety, and then you've got Levitt on one safety, and then you've got either Lusk or they've got a couple other cornerbacks. Ashton Stevens is now at that left side cornerback. And now it's Landon Fry time. Zone read, he'll keep it. He's going to have 5 and keep going out of bounds, and he's going to get a nice gain of about 8 or 9. Depends on the spot on that far sideline. Give him 8. That's a great play, great decision again by the senior quarterback, Landon Fry.
Yeah, his 7th rush of the ball game, might be 6th. He's right around that mark.
240 yards of total offense for D Hills, 236 for Snow Canyon, and we're tied at 21.
I just don't think you could ask for a much better football game. We talk about offensive shootouts that are fun. We talk about defensive slugfests, which certainly have a lot of value to them. But right now, it's just been well balanced all the way around. Offenses, defenses, it's been clicking for both sides for these squads, and we've seen it come in spurts. And now it really depends on whatever offense is actually going to wake up here in the 4th and go put it in the end zone.
Looking for our big score dessert, looking for a game-winning play. 2:22 left on the Nets on Fire clock. 21 up. Give it to Brenton Childs. Sweep, first down. And tackle made on that far sideline. Only needed a couple yards. I think a gain of 4. You look at third down conversions in this game, as you see the Childs run. And Snow Canyon's only 2 for 9. But they're 2 for 2 on fourth down. Desert Hills is 1 for 1 on fourth down. 8 out of 17 on third down, completing, what is that, about 47, 48%. Yeah. Zone read, give it to Stone. Stone pops out to the left side, he's got some room. Turns on the gas down the sideline, and he's still churning and pumping his legs down deep into the territory of the Thunder. They're going to finally mark him out. A bounds at about the 29-yard line.
Bretton Stone opened the game in a big way, and he's going to try to close it in a big way. Like I said, all these yards have been coming up through the middle, bounces it to the outside, and then carries Levitt with him for about 6, 7, 8 yards. That's powerful running. He's got the speed, but when he's met with contact, he absolutely continues to push forward.
They're going to mark him back at the 32, say he kind of stepped out there as he was tackling forward. So it's going to be, regardless, a huge gain for Stone. You look at that run, you know, this drive started with Fries. There's a timeout brought to you by our friends Scott Gibson and the mortgage experts at Intercap Lending. That's a 32-yard run. They've had 3 consecutive runs. You know, game on the line, and you think, well, they got to move it quick and throw the ball. Fry ran it for 9 yards. Childs 4 yards in the first down. And then Stone, boom, down to the 32. That's a 28-yard gain. And you look at Stone tonight, and Bretton Stone, 17 carries, $163, and 2 touchdowns. He's putting up some great numbers. Stats brought to you by Wilkinson's, Lights, Fans, Home Decor, and more.
I'll tell you what, right now is the time for this Desert Hills Thunder defense to show what they're made of. They have allowed no points to Snow Canyon in the second half. Warriors went to halftime at 21. With 1 minute 48, they're still at 21. The Thunder defense has done all they have been asked to do. But right now, here in crunch time, this is the only moment anyone will remember.
Tangren came out of the game. He got some attention. He was kind of nicked up. Now he's got his helmet, got some water, and he looks like he's going to try to get back in this game. Fry's going to throw. Out of the backfield, completes it down the sideline. Touchdown, Warriors. Touchdown, Snow Canyon, untouched. Bretton Stone out of the backfield. Somebody blew an assignment, and the Warriors say, thank you very much. That is his 3rd touchdown of the night. And just like that, 27-21 PAT pending. Warriors have the lead with 1:41 left in this game.
How did you forget about Bretton Stone there? First of all, Landon Fry had fantastic protection, but not a single Thunder player around the running back as he just scoots in and scores. I mean, you just mentioned he had 163 yards prior to that play. He's been the most impactful player for the Snow Canyon Warriors, and he just goes like a ghost into the end zone. No one even knew he was there.
And the Simply Wisdom Teeth extra point is up, and it is good. 28-21. Whitworth converts, and we'll take the break. Thunder ball. When we come back, they trail by 7 on ESPN Radio, CEC TV.
Beyond the park you know exists a world you don't. A world that is greater. Greater than just one passion. Greater than just one adventure. Greater than just one moment. Come to where life is greater. Come to Greater Zion.
Because of you, I feel not alone in this world. And you let me know that it only takes one person to make you feel wanted.
Back live, Devin Dixon, Rustin Burnside, the Sullivan Homes Game of the Week, and we've got the big score dessert in effect. Over 25 points tonight, 28-21. Warriors have the lead. Still time on the clock for the Thunder, though. Try to maybe tie this game or even, maybe they go for it and try to win this game. It's their homecoming game, but Warriors, great drive. Brenton Stone to pay dirt. That was a 32-yard pitch and catch to Brenton Stone out of the backfield. He went untouched into the end zone for the score. Kick is returnable, and Lusk gets the 25. I think that was Lusk.
Yeah.
And so here comes the sophomore, Fuitzalolo. Fui has had a nice night tonight. Probably his best game of the season so far. He's 12 of 21, 138. 2 passing touchdowns, another one rushing. He's accounted for every single point tonight other than the PATs.
That's definitely on par to be one of his best. He had a solid outing against Spanish Fork earlier in the year, but this one's right up alongside with it.
Time of possession, Desert Hills 25-43, 19:07 for the Warriors. But the rushing yards, 221 for Snow Canyon, 102 for Desert Hills. Total yards, 309 Snow Canyon, 240 for the Thunder. Fuitzalolo looking to throw. Pocket collapsing, gonna roll left. Now he's gonna throw it away. He's hit as he throws it. Did he get the line of scrimmage? Is that an intentional grounding or is that a late hit? The flag flies in late, I'm not sure.
Regardless, Hickman has his hands up as if it might be on him. He certainly pursued him all the way to the sideline, but I mean it's a tight game. You'd think that you just go to try to finish that play.
And now the official just moved the flag, or did he throw another one? Waiting for a referee. And I don't know if you can call grounding here because he was hit as it was thrown, so
yeah.
It could have gotten to the line. But was there an intended receiver in the area? I don't think so. My guess is this is grounding. I thought Hickman started to tackle him inbounds, but then did drive him all the way out of bounds when he finished off the tackle, but it started inbounds. At least watching that live. It is grounding.
Huh.
So grounding is the call. And we got a face mask. Okay, so penalties will offset. So I think the original call was the face mask. Then they added the grounding once they kind of sorted things out. Watch the replay. Does he get the face mask? Yes, he does. Was the tackle in bounds? Yes, it was. Was there an intended receiver in the area? No.
Everything was clean about Hickman's tackle except for grabbing the face mask, which obviously results in the penalty.
So they'll offset it, 2nd down and 10. Or, well, no, they'll replay 1st down, excuse me. Trips to the far sideline. Ford, sidecar right to Fui. Fui, quick throw, outside, complete to Crandall. Crandall hit, and the ball did not get caught there. Crandall on the hit lost it. That's probably better. It stops the clock. That was going to be a yard gain. That's it.
And it doesn't look like he ever established possession of the football. Anyway, yeah, that was definitely out of his hands before he even took a step forward. And we haven't seen Desert Hills make a lot of massive plays downfield. Every drive has been kind of slow and methodical and piece by piece. But with 1:26 and you on your own 30 or 25, it's time for something.
Now they're going to take a shot one-on-one. And it is great coverage by Warner, just blocking Lusk. Fuitzalolo throwing it out in front, and incomplete. 3rd and 10.
The Snow Canyon secondary has done such a fantastic job, really, ever since Fui delivered that strike to Crandall in the end zone in the second. The secondary has risen to another level ever since that moment. A lot of deep balls have not found their mark, and even if they would have, the secondary's been all over it.
And here comes Hickman on a blitz, and he's going to get to Fuitzalolo, who's going to try to run forward, and he got maybe a yard gain. I don't know if it'll officially be a sack or not, but Braxton Hickman just blowing through a block. Watch number 12 at the bottom of your screen. Ford trying to take on that block. He fights through it, comes from the backside. You can see the strength of Fui there. It's 4th and 10. He got back to the original line of scrimmage. Another tackle, though, double digits tonight for Braxton Hickman. Game on the line here, 48 seconds. Clock is ticking, 28-21, Snow Canyon leading. Desert Hills needs 10 yards. They're going to set up a screen. It's tipped. It's incomplete. And Snow Canyon can run out the clock. Although Desert Hills has a timeout or two, but they don't have all 3. And that was and look at Ta'anu'u and Fuata Lolo exchanging some love there. Deflection, and Bernsey, guess who?
Braxton Hickman.
You know it. He's going to be your Dad's Trucking defensive player of the game, although Bretton Stone got to be probably your Dad's Trucking offensive player of the game.
And we started to see some fans exit the stands here at Desert Hills High. But, I mean, Braxton Hickman is the heart and soul. We talk about the Snow Canyon defense being one of the best in 4A, if not the best. He provides that entire atmosphere, the entire attitude that this team possesses is courtesy of number 12 and what he's able to do. There are times in the game where it just doesn't even seem like he can be touched, where you can send running backs, tight ends, extra linemen at him. It doesn't matter. He always ends up in the backfield. That's where he lives night after night.
Snow Canyon going to win this game. Fry out for that special victory formation. They will take a timeout defensively here, but again, I think they're down to one. Actually, Snow Canyon took the timeouts earlier.
Does D Hill still have all theirs?
They have. The scoreboard shows 2 left, but I don't know if they've subtracted that one. I thought they'd burnt one, but I could be mistaken. I thought they took one defensively earlier in the half. Yeah, now it comes off the board. So down to one more timeout. So, you take it, you maybe hope for a fumble, but that Landon Fry pretty sure-handed. And that'll do it. Now they're going to take another one. They're out of timeouts.
Well, you got the Snow Canyon student section on the other end of the field doing the "I believe that we will win" chant.
It's a lock.
And that's it's safe to break that out once you know for a fact you will win. No one can mock you after that.
Great night of Region 9 football. 3 thrilling games. We'll talk about it in our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. Get you highlights from the second half for our television audience as well as our online audience for you. We'll get you all the stats. We'll hand out our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. We can make that official, I think. That's got to be Bretton Stone, untouched, 32-yard touchdown. Caught it from Landon Fry. Great read by the quarterback. That's your difference in the game. It's got to be your play of the game. Unless you wanted to go defense tonight and give it to Hickman on that 4th down deflection or one of his big 10 tackles, 8 solo, 4 assists, 1 sack, 3 tackles for a loss. Final score tonight as the clock's going to tick down. Don't need to snap another one. Warriors stay undefeated 5-0. Thunder dropped to 1-6. They're 0-3 in region. Snow Canyon 3-0 in region. But the final score, it was a good one tonight. 28-21. The Warriors get the victory here tonight. Bernsey, give us your thoughts. I want to stay with, before we go to postgame, I want to stick around for just a second, see if we can maybe catch Snow Canyon offensive coordinator Tim Nowatzki before he comes out of the press box here for some coaches' comments. But your thoughts on a nice win, hard-fought win, though, for Snow Canyon.
For Snow Canyon, this is their biggest win of the year. And I understand they beat Cypress 42-0. They put the beating on a lot of teams. But here's the first time you're a team with championship aspirations. You come into Desert Hills, they give you absolutely all they can, and you withstand it. Your defense steps up when they have to, led by Braxton Hickman. Your offense gets the job done. They're very patient. They're very disciplined. And when it matters most, they step up. This is the first close game Snow Canyon's played, and they come out on top. That is a massive testament to how good the Snow Canyon squad can actually be this year. It's one thing to blow teams out, but when you're faced against a tough squad who may have your number and you still come away with the win, that's probably one of the more impressive aspects of this ball game tonight.
Yeah, it was a good win. They had the lead early and often. Let's do this. Let's take a 60-second timeout. We'll come back and we'll clean it all up for you. The Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. The final 28-21. Warriors get it done tonight over at Desert Hills. Stay with us on CEC TV 97.7 ESPN.
There's a rush coming.
Let's rush best 9 plays from last week in Region 9. Number 1 better be good.
One-handed grab, and Luke Wright is going to score a touchdown on one of the better grabs you'll ever see in high school football.
Lawrence, are you going to do anything, or are you just going to sit there?
This is Henry Bouchard, Cape Girardeau, Missouri. I never found a customer base more in need of fine American-made sucking power than I found up and down the Wasatch Front in the mid-1980s.
There's one thing coaches love, it's media guys telling them how good or bad their team is.
My pick for the 4A state championship this year when it comes to football is the Stansbury Stallions.
Give me a break. This isn't a contest about who can shovel the most corn silage. I like Pine View.
People and he.
Back live, Devin Dixon, Rustin Burnside, and joined in the booth by offensive coordinator Tim Nowatzki. And Coach, congratulations, another win. I know you guys are checking them off one game at a time, stay undefeated, now 5-0, but this one did not come easy.
Absolutely not. We came out well, got a score right away. Great big play on the first play of the game for us by Stoney. It's great to have him back. But I tell you what, Desert Hills, my hat's off to them. They're hard, disciplined, good playing team. This is the best one-win team in the state, easily.
Yeah.
Easily. They've played some really tough opponents, and we knew that coming in. And we shot ourselves in the foot a few times with some penalties and decisions. But my hat's off to Desert Hills. They're gonna upset some people.
Cy Nunley had a sack there on Fry. I don't know how he hung on. Fry doing what he can. We're rolling some highlights for our TV audience. Little Zach Ford, the sophomore, but Braxton Hickman, 10 tackles tonight.
He's everywhere. He's all over the field, and we got to have him on the field. But Ford, the quarterback, they did well. He's a tough little fart, number 29, Ford. And that was a big play for them to tie it up. And then we're moving, and then we get a pick. I think this is, Mendenhall's pick. Huge play by Mendy. Then we just go down and we drive it well.
Yeah, you went to this backward pass. This is actually a rush. And
Yeah, this is just like a toss sweep.
Yep.
The kid gets blocked out of bounds here. I watched it on the replay. He gets blocked out of bounds, and he reaches in and makes a great play in making the strip.
Yeah, Levitt forced it. Turnbow grabs it, but then your defense comes up big. Look,
they stepped up huge.
Yeah.
Stepped up huge. Made some great plays. This one by Stoney got him in man coverage. Their man got lost, and throw and catch right there for Stoney. It's great to have him back.
That's your appliance wholesalers plus playmaker
Absolutely.
play of the game.
Absolutely.
Untouched there. Somebody missed an assignment, and Stone 3 touchdowns tonight, 2 rushing, 1 through the air. That hammy looks fine to me, Coach.
I think he looks great.
A couple other highlights here. That sealed it there. Hickman, another deflection. He's
All
so
over.
I'm talking about his football instincts, Coach.
His instincts and his IQ are off the charts. He's not going to be the fastest guy. He's not the strongest guy, but he is the toughest, smartest, hard-nosed. He just has a nose for the ball and knows to just make plays.
Yeah, you look at the final box, and I think Nowatzki 10 with that sack you just saw, a couple deflections. But Brenton Childs 7. Lee's had 5 tackles. Warner had 4.5. Talnuhu had 4.5. Tide Morris had 4. There was some hitting going on, too, in this game.
And they brought it. We knew we were going to bring it. And we have a hard-hitting, experienced team, and they love to hit. And they did not back down. My hat's off again to Coach and his team.
Fry goes 8 of 13, but the game plan looked like more RPO, more run the ball tonight. You didn't really air it out, and it seemed to work. You got the victory.
Yeah, we did. We didn't get quite off to the start we wanted to in the air, but the ground game was working. And whatever works, we're going to take, and whatever we're rolling with, we're going to adjust. We're good at both the pass and the run, and we just got to clean up the penalties.
Yeah, too many tonight.
Way too many.
11 for 124. They had 10 for 95. That officiating crew was busy tonight.
They were. I mean, they called a good game. I reviewed the plays, and I knew that was a face mask on Brax and so on and so forth. Busy game for them. We shot ourselves in the foot with some discipline. I think on some of those hits where we hit the kid late, I think their kids are just come up so hard they don't hear the whistle. I'm not making an excuse for them, but we are by no means are trying to hit a kid late.
Yeah.
Coach, one could argue that this was actually the first time this season where you guys have been in a clutch moment, basically. A very tight contest through and through all the way to the end. What changes from an offensive standpoint in games that are close like this one as opposed to other moments like against Cypress where you're well ahead? Like, how do those kids stay as disciplined as they did, especially in their first opportunity really facing a team that played you as tough as they did in Desert Hills?
Luckily, when we went up to Morgan and Devin was up there, they played us well for about 3 quarters, and it pushed us to the test. And they're a hard-hitting, physical, just great team. That game prepared us for this game. As far as play calling, obviously when you're up, 5 touchdowns. I like to keep a lot of things to the vest and hidden. Tonight, you just got to go score. We can pull everything comes out, and whatever it takes to score, and proud of the kids.
You did have one trick play. You tried to double pass there with Stone, throwing it.
Yeah.
And it almost was there. He's got a pretty good arm.
Oh, well, we had Brax doing it early in the week, and Stone would say, hey, I'm back. Look at my arm. And we repped it in practice, and I was like, it looks more real with Stoney back there. And it went well. We got a pass interference, got 15 yards, moving the ball, and then a bad snap, and then a scramble, and lost probably about 15 yards.
Talk about next week before we let you go. Tim Nowatzki, OC of the Warriors, joining us here in our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. They get tougher. It doesn't let up in Region 9.
Nah. We got Dixie next week, and that's all we're thinking about. Dixie played these guys tough, beat them by, 13-0. And it was bad. I watched the film, and obviously, I think Desert Hills was every bit as good, if not, they could have bit them right there last week. And then you got Pineview after that, and I'm not even worried. I got to worry about Dixie right now.
What's the message for you and Coach Esplin and the coaching staff with the kids tonight? I would go talk to them. What are you going to tell them?
The first thing is this is a good team. Desert Hills is a very good team. We needed this tight game to kind of increase our blood pressure a little bit, tighten us up, and see how well we do and how well we responded. We responded. Now we just got to clean up some penalties, some discipline, and try to hold back some. It's hard to hold those kids back. That's who they are.
Yeah.
They're physical, they're fast, they're aggressive, and we'll get there.
It's easier to rein them in than try to motivate them, isn't it?
Amen.
Coach, nice win.
Thank you, Devin.
Well, go talk to
you.
the kids.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week. We've got Snow Canyon Dixie from Snow Canyon High School. That'll be our game of the week, so we'll see you again next week,
yes,
Coach.
Yes, sir. Hopefully you're good luck for us. Thank you.
I am 2-0 calling Snow Canyon games tonight. That's going to wind it up for our TV audience. Again, the Dad's Trucking player of the game. We got to go Braxton Hickman on defense tonight for the Warriors.
100%.
And Bretton Stone on offense. And he gets the Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker play of the game on that last touchdown that was the difference in the contest.
And what's mind-boggling to me, I know it was a blown coverage, but prior to that play, he had 163 yards from scrimmage, and then he goes and gets the game winner in such easy fashion after working so hard all night.
28-21, the final. We'll come back more post-game show on ESPN Radio. Thanks for joining us, everybody. And then the wrap-up show to follow. 28-21, Warriors beat the Thunder.